Pre-game done and dusted here at the Albury Sports Ground as we build up to a massive Anzac Day clash. It's the North Albury Hoppers taking on the Albury Tigers. Blake Panderescott with you, Brad Sprinkles Freak. We also have Scotty Montgomery, who's boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. Bob Jackson in here is going to come back at half-time, and Robbie McKinlay, the Big Mac, as well. Bit of a sad ending to the twos game. We'll move on. The senior footballers are out on the ground. Both sides are out on the ground, and the Anzac ceremony is just about to start, which we are going to capture for you on O&M Snap Print Solutions TV, and of course here at the Albury Sports Ground. It's always a great tradition, isn't it, Robbie McKinlay?
Yeah, it is, mate. And all the netballs are out there too, which is great because it's very important to have it so inclusive. And it's a great side. I guess you got, what do you got, Freaky? You've got 40-odd footballers, 20-odd netballers. There's 100 and probably 50 people there in this lineup.
Easy. I was going to say, with the Aubreys, they've got their thirds. Looks like they've even got more than just potentially their A-grade netball. There's a fair few out there. I reckon there'd be 80 Albury netballers and footballers there, or more easy. And the same with North Albury as well. It looks great.
And the crowd here, I've never seen. It's great to see. The thing that's really special about the amount of green and gold in this ground today for North Albury. It's been a while, and they're back on board, and we know how passionate they are. And the Tigers, this is getting it back to that bit of rivalry.
Yep.
Albury, North Albury, it started from right in the 50s when North Albury came into the competition, and it's continued on. And it's just been so long since we've seen an Anzac Day clash, Jacko, of this importance and where they are on the ladder.
Oh, 100%. And since the...
we'll just stop there, Bobby, and we'll just go to the Anzac Day ceremony.
Thank you. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. Well, now I observe a 1 minute silence. Thank you. And now we'll have the Australian anthem sung by Jody.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've gold and soil and wealth for toil, our home is got by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes the service today. All the best to both sides for today. Thank you.
A wonderful service on Anzac Day, captured beautifully on 1494 2AY on our wireless microphone, and of course O&M Snap Print Solutions TV as well. Beautiful sung national anthem by Jody. Well read the ode as well, and we're all set up, Robbie, Bob and Freaky, for a massive contest today.
Oh, goosebump stuff that was, unbelievable. Like, you never get sick of that ceremony, you know, from the first time that you witness it as a young fella or watching on TV with the Collingwood and the Essendon game. It's just, you know, you want to get out there and get amongst it to a certain degree, but you realise you're an old, cranky old man who doesn't play foot anymore. But gee whiz, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up there for sure. It's fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. Brad Sprinkles, Freak, we got about 14 minutes or so to the game starts. Both teams going to have a nice lengthy warm-up here. Who are we taking a look at on our 40-wing stat sheet today?
Yeah, we'll start with the Albury Tigers side of things. Like we touched on in the scorecard earlier, Jakey Gaynor, he's has outstanding start to the season. Elliot Powell, Fletcher Carroll, Anthony Miles, who has had probably a slow start to this year in the Ovens and Murray for his own standards, and Jackson Kelly. If we have a look at the North Albury side on the 40-wing stat sheet, we've got Tim Broomhead, who's been in scintillating form, averaging 38 disposals a game so far this season. Caden Winter, Julian Hayes, Archie Gardner and George Goody as well for the Hoppers.
Some pretty good players there for both sides we're taking a look at today. Scott Montgomery, hopefully he has the microphone down there, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. How are conditions out there, please, Mont? Where are you?
Sorry, mate, I've just gone and retrieved the microphone and had a bit of a chat to everyone down here. But I'll tell you what, this ground is looking $1 million, boys. Troy Shepherd and the team, what a job they do here to make this look like this. Best grass coverage we've seen on the ground this year so far. And yeah, it's an absolute picturesque day. A couple of clouds about, but a little bit of a breeze probably heading down towards the Botanic Gardens end, but probably only a goal in it really, nothing too major.
That's what I was about to ask. So the breeze is heading towards the Botanical Gardens end?
Slightly, probably more towards the Canberra, the Botanic Gardens.
So sort of
Medical
across
Centre.
the ground a little
bit? Yeah,
bit?
but definitely favouring that end just a little bit.
Ground in fantastic conditions, and of course Travis Cartwright on the O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. He's going to capture all the footage if you're on the live stream, and we have Trent Geddes, our panel operator, back in the studio as well. As we touched on, Robbie, in pre-game, this is a massive game for both sides. Albury have lost their last 2 games, or North Albury come in 4-0, but the average losing margin since 2008 for North Albury on this day has been 75 points, and there's been 4 100-point losses as well, so they really need to show up today.
Yeah, I guess.
Turn your mic on, Robbie.
I guess you've almost got to go back to when Marty kicked the goal after the siren to have a real close game. It just haven't had a close game in this fixture. I think today we're going to get as close as we had for a long time. My only question is, North Albury hit out last week against Wodonga Raiders. We spoke a bit about in pre-game. The amount of pressure that North Albury were put on in the early part of the game was non-existent. Now, Albury today, just knowing a bit about how the Albury Footy Club operate, their mindset, losing 2 in a row, playing at home against the old enemy, there's going to be a lot of heat on the ball. So this is going to be the biggest test for North Albury, Jacko.
Yes.
Can they handle the heat?
Well, as I said earlier, the Albury Football Club have got a lot of established stars that have got a lot of pride. They've played a lot of premierships, that have played a lot of big games. You know, they'll be not wanting 3 in a row on their CV, that's for sure. Versus a side that's got a whole crop of really talented footballers coming through together, and that's a great mix for a great game today. So I'm really looking forward to the established stars of Albury playing for self-pride versus North Albury, a team on the rise that are ready to take the competition by storm. So, mouth-watering to say the least.
Monty, Jay Hillary hobbled to the bench a little bit earlier as well. Looks like he's got a fair bit of strapping around that knee, which is not what we like to see.
No, and on crutches as well, boys. So he did apparently scan this week coming down in Melbourne. So we'll probably get a bit more of an idea next week what the full extent of that injury is. But we did the game last week, Pan, and we both spoke about it, that he probably shouldn't have gone back out there. But if it is potentially an ACL, you can still run around with them, but it's just a sideways movement that does let you go down, which is probably what got him in the end. And yeah, that second time he was distraught, as we spoke about, that he'd probably done it before, so he probably knows what it is as soon as it happens. So yeah,
all the best for Jay Hillary, as you said there, who's going for scans in Melbourne during the week. Looked like he did do a nasty knee injury. Brad Freak, can we just repeat who we're taking a look at on the 40-wink stat sheet if you've just joined our broadcast, either on 2AY or, of course, on O&M Snap Print Solutions TV?
Yeah, the Albury Tigers, we've got Jake Gaynor, Elliot Powell, Fletcher Carroll, Anthony Miles and Jackson Kelly. And for North Albury, we've got Tim Broomhead, Caden Winter, Julian Hayes, Archie Gardner and George Goody for the Hoppers.
Who are you looking forward to having a real good look at today, Freaky? You've canvassed both sides. Who you really got your eyes on?
Oh, obviously Tim Broomhead. You look at his stats throughout the start of the year. He's had the 38 disposals per game coming into today's game. Probably the other one for Albury might be Anthony Miles. He's had a pretty slow start to the year, but he's probably from his own admissions, only averaging the 17 disposals in the opening 4 games so far this year. So probably looking to get a little bit more production out of him. If you look at just the numbers, it's a really intriguing game today. North Albury are ranked number 1 for percentage of clearances won, but Isaac Muller's the number 1 hit-outs to advantage ruckman in the competition. So it's going to be really interesting to see that ruck battle to get first use of the footy and then get that delivery into either forward end as well. So I'm really intrigued about this game. I think, as you guys have touched on plenty already, it's obviously a really relevant game for the season for both sides. We can look ahead, but today they need to both get it done because they need it for various reasons. It's going to be, as Jacko said, North Albury really cementing themselves as a quality side in the Ovens and Murray, and Albury just to bounce back after a couple of losses in a row.
Big ruck duel today, I reckon, Monty, as well. I know you watched a little bit of tape last week. You got Zach Hanrahan from Baruga. He's got a really good natural leap. And Brad Hutchinson as well from Naranda, who have both come in. It's their 4th or 5th senior game for North Albury today, up against the big boy and Isaac Muller.
Yeah, and they're both big boys, which I love to see, to go up against big Isaac. He probably always wins that weight battle, I feel, and his strength battle, whereas these two boys, first time I've seen them live, obviously in person, and both good sizes. So that's going to be an interesting battle. And obviously we know there's not a lot of help for Isaac in the ruck, so he'll go one out nearly all day. So yeah, they've got to hope that when Isaac comes off the ground for that rest, they might be able to get on top and maybe give their midfield a bit first use.
Of course, goals have been hard to come by for Albury in the last couple of weeks, as we've touched on. 11 goals in the last 2 games, and their forwards are doing a bit of warming up out there at the moment. Monty, Matty Walker, and also Cole behind Hennessy.
Yeah, and Fletcher Carroll and Braden O'Hara are actually having a fair few shots as well, which is surprising considering they're playing up the ground a bit more, but maybe they might be a bit closer to home today, and they might go a little bit small, which is maybe what they need to do, just change it up a little bit. I thought Matt Walker got stuck at full forward all week last week, and we spoke about maybe getting up around the footy, trying to use hands and getting him involved in the game. But yeah, I feel they just need to throw the magnets down a little bit more when they need a bit of a change up down there.
What about the crowd? I think it's building. It's a pretty good crowd pretty much all the way around the Albury Sports Ground.
It's a great crowd. You'd be getting up around 1,000 to 1,500 already, I reckon, boys, and it's good. And over on that netball hill as well, there's a fair few over there already over watching the netball, with obviously the later start to the A grade as well.
A grade playing at 4 p.m. today, I think, and that's going to be a good game, all thanks to Ray White Rural, wonderful supporters of SS&A Ovens and Murray A grade netball. Massive game here, Anzac Day, 1494 2AY and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. My name's Blake Pandaresco. Glad to have your company. We have Brad Sprinkles Freak, the Big Mac Robbie McKinlay, Bobby Jackson as well, who's going to join us at halftime and post game, and Scott Montgomery on the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel. Robbie, what do Albury need to do today to get the job done? As we've touched on a little bit, their forward line hasn't been structuring up all that great. It's been breaking down a little bit, but they love playing here at the sports ground and they love playing on Anzac Day.
Well, if you look at through their side, they've probably got 6 to 8 genuine stars of the competition. So you've got Gaynor, Muller, Garlett, Powell, Fletcher Carroll, O'Hara, Anthony Miles, Jackson Kelly. That for a start. If they can all have close to their best performances, play with how they can play, they're going to be very hard to beat. So I think where North Albury are going to be right in the game, I reckon for the first time for a long time, North Albury's bottom 6 are as good as Albury's bottom 6. I just think Albury's still got that right at the top end currently. Have just got that top end talent that I reckon might just get them home.
Ty Quaid, I was about to say McQuaid like Jace, but Monty, Ty Quaid, a youngster, an Albury junior making his debut today, which is fantastic to see.
Yeah, I love to see him throw these kids into games like today. It's as good as a finals game, really, with the crowd you're going to have and the pressure that's going to be on early. So to throw a kid in like that, it's great. We spoke about it off air, that he's played 4 games, 2 in the twos and two in the thirds to start the year, and he's gotten the best every game. So he's obviously got a bit of ability. It was an emergency last week, just missed out, but it's good to see Albury throw a bit of faith behind a kid like this, and yeah, hopefully he can perform on the big stage.
And Flynn Gardner for North Albury, the oldest of the 4 Gardner brothers. He's playing his 50th game today as well, Big Mac. So well done to Flynn.
Geez, imagine if we look around and say in a decade's time that those Gardner boys have all played 150 plus at North Albury. I reckon they have, within a decade. I reckon at some point in that time, Bob, they might have got a flag.
I reckon so. To play with 4 brothers,
it's
in
incredible,
one side,
mate.
You can think that Danaher straight off the top of your head, being an Essendon supporter.
Yes, yes.
You go long and hard to think how many times it's happened over the journey. I've been fortunate enough to play with my 2 brothers. I dare say, Mac, you've been playing with your brothers as well. But to have 4 on one side, that's a special occasion for the family, but also something the club can hang its hat on and really drive forward in regards to games and the future of the footy club.
Highlight of my year last year, 2023, was those 4 boys playing together. It just doesn't happen much. And what I loved about it is their dad, David Gundy, he was an Auskick coordinator.
Nice.
He brought them through, and
That's
he brought
fantastic.
a lot of these other boys through too. And that's what it's all about. For mine, that was by far and away the highlight of the year. It's incredible effort.
I think it's the second time it's happened at North
Holmans.
Albury because the Holmans all played as well. So it's extraordinary, really, when you think about it.
Set of twins.
Yes, yep. Yeah,
If you want to beat it, you've got to go back. I reckon the 1920s in Rutherglen. The King boys. There was about a side of them. Played it. That's in Ovens Murray. But then if you go down to Chiltern,
That was back before TV, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, but drilling, Monty.
And as well, the father-son duo, the Cushits, playing 2 weeks ago as well. Wasn't that fantastic to see? And I don't think we'll see that again ever in the SS&A Ovens and Murray.
I don't know, Panda.
Yeah, sure.
You never say never to that sort of thing, but highly unlikely. Yeah. There could be someone out there today, one of these young blokes at North Albury might do it, or an Albury player.
Might do indeed. Monty, we'll go boundary side to you because the coin toss is about to happen.
The coin toss.
The coin toss. The coin toss. I like that. The coin toss, Monty. There's a clanger.
Yeah, we got George, obviously one of our favourites on OM Live, and Elliot Powell, who's back in the side after a 1 week suspension, just going in, shaking hands. And the toss has been won by Albury and Elliot Powell, and they'll kick to the Botanic Gardens ends with this slight breeze. It's probably picked up a little bit too, boys. Probably going up to a 2 or 3 goal breeze, I reckon. So definitely favouring that Botanic Gardens end.
Alrighty, Albury winning the toss and kicking to the Botanical Gardens end with the win, not doing a Trent Cotchin all those years ago against Port Adelaide in that elimination final. Blake Panderescott with this, Scotty Montgomery boundary side, Brad Sprinkles freak. We've got Robbie McKinlay, and Bob Jackson will rejoin us at half-time. Good luck to you, Bob. Where are you going to perch yourself for the next little bit of time?
I might just sit myself at the back of the box and watch some pros go about it. And,
the football, not the commentary?
Definitely no pros in here.
Bobby's going to get his first side of number 1 today, so he's in for a show.
There we go.
His back's walking in later.
Has already called it. Number 1, he's gone with it already. Just repeating again, Monty, a little bit of a slight breeze going towards Botanic Garden end.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably 2 or 3 goal breeze. If you look over at the flag, the Australia flag flying on the other side of the ground, boys, it's definitely up in the wind. So, yeah, 2 or 3 goals definitely to the Botanic Gardens end.
Alrighty, let's get everybody's tips, shall we, in this one. I know the O&M Live tipsters were heavily in favour of North Albury, I think, on the Facebook and Instagram page yesterday, but are you still leaning towards that way, Monty?
I'm going to flip. I'm going to go to Albury.
He's flipping.
Yeah.
He's flipping.
Whoever's listening, I'm going for Albury, but if the Facebook people think I'm going for North, I can't lose either way.
You're a win-win situation. What about you, Brad Freak?
Yeah, I tipped North through the week, and I think I'll stick with them. I think it's going to be really, really tight. I think North, maybe just a little bit of better form over the last few weeks, might get them to get the job done for them today.
Big Mac?
Yeah, I'm going with Albury today at home, mate. Always hard to beat.
Bob just took the headset off, so we can't ask him, but I'm going to go with North Albury in a close game today here on O&M Live. I reckon it's going to be hot early, Monty. Both sides starting to line up on each other.
Yeah, it is warm. It's definitely warm, and there's a bit of bumping going on, so you don't mind seeing that on Anzac Day. Fly the colours early.
Watch out for a few matchups as well.
Yeah, I reckon Jakey Page is going straight to Timmy Broomhead like we spoke about too, boys.
He has indeed.
Looks like Michael Duncan is lining up on Ben Fulford, who's been in pretty good form for the North Albury Hoppers, as the umpire holds the footy aloft. It's the Hoppers and the Tigers on Anzac Day, traditional rivals. Here's the Big Mac.
And here's Isaac Muller. He got the first tap, and he's going to get the first tackle, and he'll do it all again. Big crowd in. Albury kicking to the Botanical Gardens end. Up she goes again. Hutchison in ruck for North Albury. Broomhead got a handball. Intercepted though by Miles. Hurry kick to half forward. Marked by Jackson Kelly. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Beautiful pass. Lace out. And he finds Matty Walker. He'll have a shot 40 out directly in front.
That is one thing we did not see at all last week from Albury. That sort of delivery to Matt Walker. It was over his head. It was at his toes. But to see Jackson Kelly and those types across half forward get the ball in like that, Matt Kelly could be in for a day if that's the service he's going to get.
He's got the breeze straight behind him, so distance won't be an issue. He was kicking the ball very nicely in the warm-up. Drop punt. He'll kick it from 45. Walker comes in and he's pushed it to the right-hand side, minor score. Tigers are on the board. They lead it behind to nothing, and this one's for A-grade oils and batteries.
He had his kicking boots not on against Lavington. I think he kicked, 0-6 a couple of weeks ago,
Oh, it's going to be a free kicky, boys. Yep, Timmy Broomhead's giving away a free kick in the goal square. Just dragged Anthony Miles straight to ground.
Alrighty, so a free kick there to the Albury Tigers.
It's going to be in the goal
It's going
square.
to be in the goal square.
Yeah, that's where the ball was, so that's
Is
where
it
the free
Big Mac?
kick is.
Alrighty, so an ill-disciplined free kick to give away for Tim Broomhead. And Braden O'Hara is going to kick the first goal for the Albury Tigers. They go to 1-1-7. North Albury yet to score. That's on our Steelline scoreboard. And you don't like to see that from your coach, Scotty Montgomery. Boundary side for the Newmarket.
Nah, not a good look. They've been into Jake Page. Obviously, he's given close attention to Timmy Broomhead. And, yeah, just Anthony Miles coming to stick up for Page. And Broomhead just went a bit overboard, a bit of push and shove's fine, but to grab him and tackle him to the ground like that, not smart where the ball was situated to.
Alrighty, so the first goal on the board for the Albury Tigers. We played around 2 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock. First quarter for A-grade oils and batteries. Repeating, there's a bit of a breeze to the Botanic Gardens end where the Albury Tigers are kicking to. Back in the middle, Hanrahan with a really good leap and Powell swooping on this one for the Albury Tigers. A bit of a mongrel kick inside forward 50. Walker, looks like there's been a change. Wiedemann's gone straight onto Walker. Garlett over this football, Polkinghorn. Jack Reynolds in there as well. It's dished out the back to Powell. Good pressure there from North Albury. Winter jams it on the boot into the middle of the ground, looking for Fulford. They converge on Michael Duncan, and we're going to have a ball up in the middle of the sports ground. We've played 2.5 minutes. Albury on the board with 1 goal.
Yeah, just good little win there for Hoppers. Winter doing well, and Dennis and Fulford, good pressure. Ball up, centre of the ground. Muller got the tap. It'll go the advantage. Jack Penny running at the footy, was knocked out of it. Sat on his backside, so was Elliot Powell. The umpire will throw it up again, just slightly in the attack for North Albury. We've gone almost right on 3 minutes here on Anzac Day. Albury lead at 7-0. Goal to Braden O'Hara. Gainer, handball. Hayes, chance for Albury. The pressure's good. And he's going to be penalised. Free kick's going to go the way of the Albury Tigers midfield. And taking it will be Fletcher Carroll.
Julian Hayes pushing up into the contest there. Prolific ball winner across half-back. Fletcher Carroll pumps it inside forward 50. Fist from behind from Weaven. He missed it. Walker dishing it off there to Braden O'Hara off a standing start. The Hoppers win it back through Jack King. Left foot kick towards the boundary line. They'll want it to go out here, North Albury. And it does indeed. We're going to have a boundary throw in. Far side here at the Albury Sports Ground. Call it centre win, Brad Sprinkles Freak.
Yeah, 3 early inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet to the Albury Tigers. None yet for North Albury. Ball's really lived in the Albury Tigers half so far.
And the ball's come back in. Umpire's spotted up a free kick.
Just
to
a ruck
Hanrahan.
infringement.
Going to go the way to Hanrahan.
That's 50.
That'll be 50. It's got to be. Yeah, it is.
Silly.
Yep. If the umpire wasn't sure, the Hoppers fraternity here on the Western Wing certainly let him know about it. And now gets a good size 50 as well. He'll be kicking for out 55. Dishes off the handball to Hayes. Hayes goes short. The target was Murphy, but it was a bit of a nervous kick from Julian Hayes. It'll be a boundary throw in. They've gone inside forward 50. 25 around from their goal. Albury leads 7-0. 4 minutes gone. And that's on the NZ Albury time clock.
Robin McKinlay and Blake Panderescott with you for McRae Motors. Toss back into play. Minogue doing the ruck. Falls the way of Foster Gardner. Tied up against the boundary. Foster Gardner with a Sunjan goal today. The Hoppers bounce back. They go to 1 straight 6. Albury 1-1-7. A smart finish from Foster Gardner.
How good was that? That's what you want from your smalls, don't you? You want them there first on the scene there at the stoppage, and too classy there. Foster Gardner, what a way to start for North Albury to get on the board.
Just their first inside 50 of the game on the 40-wing stat sheet as well to get their first goal on the board there for North Albury. As we touched on, Fletcher Carroll and Elliot Powell had 2 early disposals as well for the Albury Tigers.
Nice little settler into the breeze there for the Hoppers. It all started off half-back and a 50-metre penalty.
Oh.
Both 50-metre penalties have cost goals for both these sides.
No ruckman for North Aubrey.
No ruckman for North Aubrey.
He stepped inside the circle, the umpires paid here without being there in time, so he's going to give a free kick away.
So, Fred, it's a bit of a nervous start from a lot of the players here. It's a big occasion. It's a big crowd coming in. It's got to be well over 2,000 at the moment. Muller dishes off the handball now. Will Unthang likes it on the left foot. Kicks it deep. Hennessy from behind.
Oh.
Ball doesn't sit for him. Nice work by Wiedemann. Got it to Goody. Goody's handball out the back. It's okay. It goes to Gardner. Flynn kicks a good one. And midfield, it's going to be Winter.
Caden Winter plays on in his own D50. Good kick out to the far side as well. If it sits for Julian Hayes, it doesn't. He went the one hand and then grabbed Garlett without the footy. Flynn Gardner wins it back. His hand pass was pretty errant. Jake Gaynor intercepts for the Tigers. Beautiful kick to half forward, finds Kelly. He plays on straight away. Inside forward 50, just hits the deck. Sliding down low was O'Hara. Heiner Hennessy's in there. They bounce on O'Hara. We're going to have a ball up inside forward 50 for the Albury Tigers. 1-1-7. The Hoppers won straight on the Steel Line scoreboard. We played 6 minutes for NZ Albury.
Yeah, good work by O'Hara. They just didn't let the ball get out. Tap goes to the advantage of Hayes. Good handball inside Goody. Might have got one high. He did. George Goody, captain courageous, true centre half back. He earned every piece of that free kick. And he'll go wide to the far side of the ground. Out there, Panda. And
Your man.
Here's my man, Jack Reynolds, who just does a little chipping kick to Ramage. He got pushed. And he'll get a free kick. True centre wing. Panda, it's 7-6. Albury lead North Albury. It's got a good start to this game. There's a bit of feeling in it. Don't worry about that. On and off the field.
Jake Page really following Tim Broomhead, who went to ground again, then Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, and so Elliot Powder's come in and just had a bit to say as well. So just need to be a bit careful here if you're the boys off the ball.
Jack Reynolds goes back to Foster Gardner, who kicked a good goal before to North Albury. Good pressure here from Albury. They tackle Fletcher Ramage, who tries to get out of a tackle. And we're going to have a ball up right in front of the Albury Tigers Sports Club. It is jam-packed up there, Monty, isn't it?
It is. There's a lot of people up there and underneath there too. You can't really see it with the shadow, but there's a lot of people under there too.
Carroll was brought down. So was Powell. North Albury come out the front of the stoppage. Foster Gardner getting involved early. Runs into a bit of trouble. Hand pass was poor. The Tigers intercept. Gaynor brought down and a big crunching tackle from Jack Penny. An elite body and paint player today. And here come the Hoppers.
Yeah, got it back to Winter. Back to Penny. He had to pivot. He kicks long, deep. Murphy's a target. Chopping in, or he couldn't mark it, was Byrne. Picked up, snapped around the body by Murphy. Misses to the left-hand side, minus score. 1-1-7 apiece here. Hoppers and Tigers. 8 minutes gone. That's on the Steel Line scoreboard, and we're doing it for A-grade oils and batteries.
We'll go to Brad Freak soon. I feel like Murphy just had hand pass options there, and he probably could have used them. Winter applying good pressure on Gaynor, and North Albury forced the turnover. Reynolds with a good kick inside forward 50. Gilmore up against Minogue. Cody Gardner's tackled hard here by Powell. He had an arm free, Cody Gardner. The umpire says, give it to me inside forward 50 for North Albury. Brad Sprinkles free, quickly, 440 winks.
Yeah, 5 early inside 50s for Albury, but North Albury been able to have the last 2 in this game, so they're up to 3 now in this first quarter.
Hutchison up against Muller. Muller got the tap. Out the back now. There's a chance here to break away McGrath for Albury. High punt kick to centre wing. One-on-one contest. Wiedemann brought the ball to ground in front of Walker. Wiedemann was good. Little dish handball over the back was okay. Back to Ramage. Now they work it all the way back to Carrie Weaven. Kick was okay. Now chance for Ramage again. Comes across the ground and he finds Julian Hayes. Can they set something up from half back? It's 7-all. We've gone 9 minutes. And Hayes will kick it now. He'll decide he'll go long, down the line.
Kicks it long down the line, as Robbie said. Poor kick. McGrath, front spot, not paid the mark. Interesting stuff as Reynolds swoops on it for the Hoppers. Fletcher hard up against Murphy, who went the body. Murphy picks it up, hand passes it to Broomhead, puts it on the boot, Tim Broomhead, and it fades late across the face for a minor score. See the breeze sort of grab a hold of that one, Monty. We'll get to you soon. North Albury 1-2-8, Albury 1-1-7. That's on the Steel Line scoreboard. Monty, that breeze seemed to take that one.
Yeah, just grabbed it, didn't it? Just took it through. So you expect Timmy Broomhead to normally finish that one, but also Fletcher Hart's got to do a bit better there and take that chest mark in defence. Otherwise, he's going to put his team under pressure.
Miles goes across the ground to Maxi Byrne at half-back. Goes short. Oh, he's dropped it. Very nervous start there.
Mail.
For John O'Mail. Second game only. Garlett mopped up okay. Now coming through Foster Gardner. Dished a handball towards Goody. Missed him. Winter was good. Pressure here now. Miles is there for Albury. Out the back to handball. Eventually finds its way to Mail. Mail for Albury. Kicks it to true centre wing. And the big boy from Narandra, Hutchison, marks it. Kicks a bit shaky, Panda, but it got there. And it's found Foster Gardner.
And they switched the footy pretty well. It's in the hands of Jackson Wiedemann, streaming down the far wing. Takes a bounce, checks his kick late. And Charlie McGrath once again floats across with an intercept mark.
Been good. For
the Albury Tigers. Should have been paid one earlier. So on the Steel Line scoreboard, North Albury by a point. 8 plays 7. They've just settled into this contest well in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Powell out on the far side at half-back. Really good pressure here from the Hoppers. King plies a tackle. The Tigers kick it down the wing. Ramage and the Hoppers with the numbers. Goody on hands and knees. They go after Weaven. Tries to fend off. Ends up spilling out here to Goody, who jams it on the boot, kicks it inside 50 for the Hoppers.
Hart's there for Albury. This time he does take the chest mark. Got a little bit of a clip along the way. Byrne, he's been asked to put a bit on him. Here's Fulford. He's a real speedster. Almost backheels it to Duncan. Now to Fulford. Look out here if Benny Fulford gets clear. He takes him on. And he's got one high. Well, he took him on. And you've got to be legal about it. And I reckon that's what makes Benny Fulford so exciting in that situation.
Were pretty stiff there, Monty.
Yeah, Tommy O'Brien just got a little bit high in the first contact. Everything else was really good about the tackle. Just the first initial contact, probably across the shoulders.
So I'm not sure if Benny's got the journey here.
Watch a short lead.
He'll back himself here.
He might. Would he even think about a torpedo? I don't know. He goes short. Well-weighted kick. Chipping in Albury. You've got defenders everywhere here. Ducking under one there was Gussie Gardner. Did he get one high? Not on this occasion. Free kick's going to go the way of the Tigers. The tackling is fantastic. The pressure's red hot. And it's 7 to Albury and 8 to North Albury. It's a cracking game. Brad Freak for 40 winks.
Yeah, 4 early disposals as well for Caden Winter and George Goody for the Hoppers. And on the Albury side of things, Elliot Power up to 4 disposals there, as we see a beautiful smother off the mark there from the Hoppers boys.
Monty?
Yeah, just got to get off your mark a bit more. Fletcher Hart, turn it over in the back half here, puts Albury on the pump here, and it's been great forward pressure from North Albury so far to start the game.
It's been a highlight of their season so far, their pressure. Josh Minogue spinning and weaving, dribbling towards goal. He grabbed it out of the ruck boundary, throw in, dribbles over the line. We go back to Brad Freak.
Yeah, just to touch on that pressure you did mention there, Panda. North Albury ranked 2nd in the league for effective tackles this year in the Ovens and Murray. So their tackling pressure has been a highlight in this game and for the season so far.
Boundary throw in, dangerous position here for the Hoppers. Muller grabs it out of the ruck, had to get rid of it. Gilmore swooped on straight away. Here falls to Nathan Dennis. Left foot snap for North Albury. Does it stay in? Out on the full. Wasting a few chances here, North Albury. No score. It's going to come back,
he's got it under control here.
So it's a Tom O'Brien disposal. He goes short to Anthony Miles in D50. The Hoppers by a point, 8 plays 7. We have played 13 minutes for NZ Albury, Robbie McKinley.
Terrific whistle definition I'm hearing out there, Panda's fantastic.
That ambience. Who put the ambience
up,
mate?
You've got to blow hard, mate, to get the second one
blowing. Is that what you're saying, Robbie? He's deep blowing?
It's good. It's a really good, Mont. Here's a chance now for Ramage. Will intercept one at centre wing. They've got themselves back in the game here, North Albury. They've had a really good 6 or 7 minutes here. They'll punt this one high up under it from Hayes. 1-on-1 on the goal square. Now it falls the chance here for Campbell. Couldn't get it. Fulford. Hurried kick. He went out in the full, but he's made a bit of ground. They're doing okay into the breeze here, the Hoppers. 8 to 7 they lead. Here's Brad Freak for 40 winks.
Yeah, just to touch on the forward half play that North Albury have had. At one stage it was 5 inside 50s to 1 in favour of Albury. It's now 7 inside 50s to 5 in favour of North Albury. So they've had the last 6 inside 50s in this game. Need to really capitalise and hit the scoreboard more.
Mont, you feel like, as a Brad Freak said then, they probably need a goal here, North Albury, for a little bit of this dominance.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want Albury to get up there and get one inside 50 kick goal and just break all the momentum for all the hard work they've been able to put in.
Oh, they've almost turned it over here inside forward 50. For North Albury, O'Brien streams away. His kick's a bit of a mongrel, falls in the middle of the ground. John O'Mail and Weaven up against each other. I thought Mail was tripped then by Weaven. Reynolds toe poked it over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw in on the far side of the Albury Sports Ground, right in front of the famous club rooms as we go back to Brad Freak. Some of the stat winners for 40 winks.
Yeah, Julian Hayes, Caden Winter and George Goody all up to 4 disposals on the 40 winks stat sheet. Elliot Powers had 4, Fletcher Carroll and Anthony Miles had 3 disposals each.
Cracking crowd in. Now, again, it's Reynolds, pumps the ball inside forward 50. Minogue with skill, kept his balance. He might have got rid of it illegally. It was a really good tackle from Will Unthank. And he'll win the free kick at half back. I tell you, this crowd, boys, it is getting close to 2.5, 3. It is a massive crowd here at the moment, right across the ground. Grandstands a chock-a-block. Ripping game of footy to go with it. Goes to centre wing. Big Muller stands tall, takes a grab. He looks options to go short. He'll go long now. He gets a long lead from Benny Kelly. Kicks on a great one. Broomhead got underneath it. O'Hara dished out the handball. At the back to Gaynor. Gaynor kicks it towards Jeffy Garlett. And it's out of bounds on the full in the netball pocket. North Albury lead 8-7. Here's Panda.
For McRae Motors, Flynn Gardner in game 50. A dangerous kick, but he finds Caden Winter in defensive 50. Plays on straight away. His target misses Jack Penny, but he's got a little bit of time to swoop on the ball. Goes back to Polkinghorn at half-back. He goes inboard and turns it over. Tried to bite off an aggressive 45. Here's Heiner Hennessy for Albury. Just too far out to score. Getting lots of screams to kick it to me inside forward 50. Not a great kick. Archer Gardner left it behind. Here's Winter once again. Hand passes it to space. Interesting handball and Albury swoop on it. O'Hara goes back to Gaynor. Tries to spin out of traffic. Good tackle,
Great
Archer
tackle.
Gardner.
Great
Had
tackle.
to make that tackle. It's a free kick to North Albury in defensive 50. They lead by a point. 8 play 7. Steel line scoreboard. First term for A-grade oars and batteries.
Tigers had numbers at the full of the ball, but it'll be Wiedemann. Handball back to Winter. G's had a lot of the footy. His stats for 40 wings, please, Brad Freak.
7 disposals.
Reynolds got it on now to Archie Gardner. A dribbling grubber type kick. Turned over here by Albury. Gaynor has space. Goes short. Kick on the way. Couldn't be marked by Garlett. Picked up. Swooped on by the Tigers. Snapshot on Garlett. It was Braden O'Hara. And he's levelled the scores at the 17-minute mark of the first quarter. 1-2-8 apiece. That's for A-grade oils and batteries.
A few mistakes and poor foot skills from both sides. Got
Pressure,
Montgomery.
Panda. Pressure.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable, hasn't it? Just the pressure at ground level is like a final, boy. As we spoke about in the pre-game, it's just like a finals with the crowd and then the pressure the boys are bringing.
Here's Winter, and there's a good option in the middle of the ground. This kid can run and play on if he wants. Gardner pops it over the top to Polkinghorn. Look at North Albury run forward with numbers. Polkinghorn inside forward 50, looking for Minogue. Spills the way here of Reynolds, who just left the football behind. It comes out here to Flynn Gardner, who had a little fumble at forward 50. Gives it to his brother Archer. Goody in there, unthanked for the Tigers. Flynn Gardner jumps on the footy. In the end, Anthony Miles wins out. They mucked it up there, North Albury. Miles kicks to half forward. Good contest there between O'Hara and Ramage. Ramage does well with a double effort and apply a big tackle on an Albury player at ground level. I think it's Fletcher Carroll. Ball up, 60 around from the Tigers' goal. Still 1 goal apiece. Scores a level, Robert McKinlay.
Yeah, low scoring, but highlight is pressure, tackling. It's absolutely fantastic. Winter again. Goody had a bit of a swing and a miss at it. Chance here now for the Tigers, but Goody again somehow found the ball, got it on to Winter, went it back to Ramage. Ramage gives it back to Winter for North Albury. He'll have to go short, and he finds Jack Reynolds just on the back end of the centre wing, right in front of the Albury Tigers club rooms. 8-all. 18.5 minutes gone, and the kick is a good one, and it finds King, who has to kick it on the fly, looking for Polkinghorn if he can knock it out. Garlett's got a big job to do here. 2-on-1. Jeffy Garlett fights hard. Hayes has done well. That's not a nice shepherd. It doesn't matter. North Albury have got the ball. Chance here for Murphy if it can fall for him. It doesn't. Well done, McGrath for Albury. The kick's a beauty. Finds Carroll half back.
He plays on, off a step. The kick's a beauty. Just over the head of Page. Flynn Gardner went the man. He should have went the ball. Walker plays on inside forward 50. Did he get one high? He's caught holding the ball. North Albury crowd like it. Thought he might have caught one high initially. Gardner wins the free kick. Ramage shovels it back here to Wiedemann. Good forward pressure here from Albury. Wiedemann's kick was a shocker. King's got a lot of time in defensive 50 to pick it up here for North. Hugs the boundary line. Falls the way of Julian Hayes, who takes a nice mark. Still defensive half of the ground, and he has a little bit to say to Colby Heiner Hennessy, Julian Hayes. Brad Sprinkles freak.
Yeah, he certainly does. Just want to touch on Caden Winter, up to 11 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet in this first quarter for North Albury.
Ramage has got the foot. He's been fantastic for the Hoppers as well. Told to play on. Kicks at the centre wing. Club rooms, broadcast side of the ground. Carroll with courage. Put his head over the footy. Just the handball back to Miles. Got it back to Unthank. Good kick finds Gaynor. Still at centre wing though, and it's still 8-all. We tick almost over 20 minutes. Miles continued to run. Got the kick. Drived it inside forward 50. It's not downfield. It's a kick. either a mark or out of bounds in the full. Wiedemann takes it for the Hoppers, and it's a thumping, raking, left foot kick. They've got the numbers, the Hoppers. They do very well. Foster Gardner, class act, took him on, had nothing to kick to. Found a mate in Jack Reynolds, got it at centre wing. Go Jack! Jack runs, had a bounce, drives it inside forward 50. Murphy's there! What a grab! He's a young gun, this boy. Took an absolute hanger, and he'll have a shot 35 out directly in front.
First time we've been able to see North Albury transition from half back to half forward like that in open space, and that's what you like to see. One-on-ones inside 50. This kid is going to be a superstar of the competition, I feel. Josh Murphy, if he hangs around, if he doesn't go to higher honours.
Kicked 6 last week. A chance to put the Hoppers 6 points clear. 21 minutes gone, first quarter. Josh Murphy directly in front. Has missed to the far side. 139. Hoppers. Tigers 128. That's on the steel line scoreboard. 21 minutes gone. Brad Freak, 40 winks.
Yeah, Julian Hayes up to 7 disposals, but it's that man, Caden Winter, up to 11 disposals for North Albury in this first quarter. Archie Gardner and George Goody have also had 5 disposals each.
Albury have transferred the footy to centre wing. Far side, but on the place side of the ground. Fletcher Carroll gut hard running. Marks in front of Archer Gardner. Still centre wing, tied up against the boundary. He comes inboard. It's a really, really good kick as well. And here go Albury. They pump it inside forward 50. Wiedemann up against Walker. Walker did well. Ball spills to ground level. King wants a free kick, gets a free kick.
Yep, high.
Just got a little high one there. Did Jack King. Plays on straight away. Penny marks in D50. No one really around him. He's got Polkinghorn inboard. He kicks it to him. He has to wait. And he plays on straight away. They've switched the footy pretty well here, North Albury. Fletcher Ramage has run a far way up the ground. He chips it over the top to Isaac Peppers Campbell. He's got it on centre wing. Peppers. The Tigers 8, North Albury 9 on the steel line scoreboard.
Peppers finds his man, which is Gussie Gardner. Or Cody's real name, isn't it?
Cody is his real name.
He dishes off to Campbell, who's a lovely left foot kick. Sets it up top of the gold square. Down it comes. Hoppers now. Good chance here through Hutchison. Was caught with the footy. Kelly mopped up nicely. Dished a handball back to big Isaac Muller. Thumping kick. Back towards centre wing. Ducked in the head. Play on's a call. Terrific umpiring. And Ash Broughton's going to say, you're in trouble, young man. Free kick's going to go away of Albury Tigers. They trail 8-9, 22 and a half minutes gone first quarter. Here's Panda.
Dangerous kick, but it just waited beautifully there for Will Unthank, who wants the runner. Gives it to Tom O'Brien. His kick's a bit of a high up and under O'Hara. Diving late, takes the mark just inside forward 50.
No one on his mark.
No one on the mark. That's really poor play from North Albury. O'Hara goes bang. That's his second. A communication breakdown and poor play from the Hoppers, and O'Hara. The Tigers get a goal against the run of play here. They go to 14, North Albury 9. That's on the steel line scoreboard. We have played 23 minutes, Brad Freak.
Yeah, we certainly have. North Albury 10 inside 50s, but unable to get that second goal in the game. Albury Tigers have had 12 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet in this first term. As we touched on, Caden Winter up to 11 disposals in the first quarter. Julian Hayes up to 7 for North Albury. Archie Gardner and George Goody 5 apiece for Albury. Fletcher Carroll 6, Anthony Miles 6, and 4 each for Elliot Power and Jake Gaynor.
How does that happen, Monty?
Yeah, don't know. Just, I don't know. Honestly, can't explain it. But young Ty Quaid was the one that kicked it to O'Hara. Great first touch for the young fella on debut.
George Goody got it back to Archie Gardner. Or Campbell missed one that he might have taken. High up and under from Gaynor. But another sun in the eyes there, no doubt about that for King. Turned over to Powell, onto Walker, crumbs to Carroll. Handball was smothered magnificently by Archie Gardner. Out the back to Hayes, look away handball to Polkinghorn, back onto George Goody. It's a good kick to half back, and he's found Gardner for North Albury, and that's Foster. And it's going to be 50-metre penalty. And that'll be the sign now. They don't want to give away another one here, because what could happen, they could find themselves having a shot on goal. Will Foster Gardner have a crack here?
I reckon
George
George Goody.
Well, he's trying to stir him up, isn't he?
So we got a big brawl here.
Foster Gardner's going to have a torpedo. It goes about half the journey. And that is it. Quarter time on Anzac Day. Things are starting to hot up here at the sports ground. A big, big crowd in. There's plenty happening on the field, off the field. The runners are involved. The boundary umpires in there. Tell you what, Panda, you might jump in there in a minute. Oh, down goes another one. There's a little bit of home and away acting going on there too, but oh, this is great stuff. At last, Anzac Day footy's back on. They hate each other, these two, and they are showing that right out here. What a quarter of footy, Panda.
Yeah, well called there, Robbie McKinlay. Quarter time and a bit of spice in it on Anzac Day between Albury and North Albury. And as Robbie said, for the first time in 16 years, this game means a little bit. Albury 14, North Albury 9. We're going to take a break here on O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Print Solutions TV, quarter time here at the Sports Ground. And it's a 5-point lead to Albury, 14-9 over their great rivals North Albury. Blake Panderescott with you, Robbie McKinlay, Scott Montgomery and Brad Sprinkles Freak, who has our quarters best for McRae Motors in that first term.
Yeah, we'll start with the Albury Tigers side of things. I thought there was a few guys out of their back line. I thought Will Unthang, his ball use and his run-off halfback was really strong. And even Hamish Gilmore playing on that role on Minogue, we touched on in pre-game as well. Started the game really well. They had a good spell of forward momentum there, North Albury repeat entries, and he was really able to stop him getting any influence on the game. For North Albury, I've got Fletcher Ramage of halfback. I think he's been outstanding. And Foster Gardner and Caden Winter as well. If we look at their 40-wing stat sheet, Caden Winter was lighting it up in that first term. Had 11 disposals for the Hoppers. Julian Hayes had 8, Archie Gardner 6, George Gordy had 7. If we have a look at the Albury players, we've got Fletcher Carroll 7, Anthony Miles 6, 5 each for Jake Gaynor and Elliot Powell. The team stats very similar as well. 13 inside 50s for Albury, 10 to North Albury in that first term. A couple of marks inside the forward 50 for the Tigers as well.
Scott Montgomery was boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. Which huddle were you at, Monty?
I just went in between both. I had Robbie Jackson down here just listening to Albury for a little bit, and then we swapped over and just got a few notes off him on the way off. But yeah, Albury were just very big on. Their best footy was good enough during that quarter. They just probably need to control the footy a little bit more, don't turn over in poor spots. The way they're winning the ball back at half-back, they're really happy with, but just probably control the emotions a little bit. And same for North Albury, they were really pleased. Once they got into open space, they looked so dangerous and just trying to get those isolation matchups down front. And if they can do that, they feel like you can score.
One of the highlights of that first quarter for Mine Panda, as Monty touched on there, was some of the transition plays that the Hoppers had and their ball use as well. They're the number 1 ball use team in the competition as well, and they really showed a lot of their skills in that first term.
Broomhead's gone forward here too, boys, taking Page with him.
Alrighty, so what first term?
Yeah, quiet. He only had the 2 on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Hanrahan and Muller once again go at it in the ruck. Big bump there on Miles from Foster Gardner. He's been wrapped up straight away. And we have a ball up right next to the circle here. We've gone about 2 metres. Hanrahan with another good leap against Muller, who had the better of the ruckman in that opening term. Julian Hayes for the Hoppers, sends him into attack. Contest there between Hart and Murphy. Hart wins out with a good fist. Ball's the way of here of Nathan Dennis. He was grabbed straight away by Byrne. Murphy goes in, hand passes it to Gardner. Cody goes back to Archer. Inside forward 50, Foster. So the Twins linking up, 3 Gardners. And Foster Gardner's going to go back and line up for goal number 2. It's going to be a good kick, Monty. 45 out, pretty tight angle.
Yeah, absolutely. But how good was the vision from the brother? Tell you what, just a little chip kick into space, and that's what you want in your forward line. If you've got a little bit of space in front of you, just a nice weighted kick in there, and you can just run onto it like he did there.
So Foster Gardner playing at half forward for goal number 2. Kicks on the way. It's not going to get there in the end, I think. It's been punched over the boundary line. Through for a minor score. Interesting, when North Albury seemed to have the wind, he couldn't get the distance there, Foster. So through for a minor, 1-4-10 North Albury. Albury are 14, they're 2-2-14. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
I was waiting for you to call Don Burke then. There's that many Gardeners out there from you, Panda. I was waiting
That's
to see
terrible.
The great man arrive.
That's terrible.
On board, Hayes dropped the chest mark, poking on, over the footy. Reading might have fronted, got
He
away
did.
for Hayes, on to King, on to Goody. He's a king too, don't worry about that. Oh, Winter. I thought he might have had a crack from there. He looks for Murphy. Murphy turned hard inside out, tight on the boundary. Magnificent kick onto Dennis, and he slams it through. The Hoppers are back in front, 2-4-16. The Tigers 2-2-14. Wonderful play there, beautifully set up. Monty, you loved that, didn't you?
How good was that? What about the vision again from that man, Josh Murphy? Here's today, just going one way then the other, and then found the space to Nathan Dennis, as we spoke about. If you can find space in front of you in the forward line, you just want the footy there, and yeah, Nathan Dennis plays on and kicks a goal right from the goal line.
Yeah, 3 inside 50s to the Hoppers in this first term, all inside the first 2 minutes as well. They've been really dominant. The ball's lived in there, and Julian Hayes has had 2 disposals early in this second term on the 40-wing stat sheet.
So the Hoppers by 2 points, 16 plays 14. Here in the second term for Jaco Albury Wodonga, great supporters of O&M Live. There's a free kick here to Albury out of the middle of the ground. The
Heavy
umpire
push.
originally pointed the wrong way. It's going the way of Anthony Miles, who jams it on the boot quickly. Walker wanted a free kick. I thought he was pretty stiff. I don't think Gardner was looking at the ball. Hayes, pressure on him. Does well, runs out of traffic, does he? Or is it a free kick here, Monty?
Yeah, against O'Hara. I think he just might have dumped him as soon as the ball went outside the area. So good call by Ash Broad.
So a free kick here to Fletcher Gardner, who hugs the boundary line, goes short to Polkinghorn. He's got a fair bit of grass in front of him, plays on at half-back. high up and under down the line. Big pack, roving beautifully. Foster Gardner takes a bounce, grabbed, hand pass it here to Zach Hanrahan. Well, the greatest kick for a ruckman, floats it to half forward. Minogue wants the mark. Gilmore wanted the mark, and it's been paid a mark, I think, by the umpire.
He's talked him into it, I reckon.
He has. A mark here to Josh Minogue at half forward for North Albury, tied up against the boundary.
I don't think he's got the journey. He's going to kick it from 55. It's deep to the script. No one home,
Poor
though.
kick.
No one home. Big Isaac Muller, the big barrel-chested farmer from Henty, took it there on that big chest of his. He kicked it beautifully too, found Jeff Garlett. Now this kick's going to be good. Heiner Hennessy came a long way down the ground. Hasn't got a lot of options. Jake Gaynor was one. That one's been ignored. He'll drive it longer. Jackson Kelly, midfield, takes a courageous grab. Needs a handball to O'Hara. He's kicked two already. Make that free. Braden O'Hara is keeping the Tigers in this. He's kicked all their 3 goals. Beautiful lead-up work, but put that down to a courageous mark from Jackson Kelly. And the Tigers lead 20-16, and we've gone 3 minutes in the second quarter for C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Get the ball in that man's hand around the 50-metre arc as much as you can, Albury, because he is a guy that can kick the footy. Just get it through in his hands as much as you can. That's all I'm going to keep saying.
Julian Hayes has started the second quarter on red hot. He's up to 4 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet.
So he was the one that came off Braden O'Hara, I think, Julian Hayes, to try and impact that contest. A courageous mark by Jackson Kelly, and that left O'Hara free inside forward 50. So we're going goal for goal here on Anzac Day. What a day, what a tradition we have in this great nation, and a privilege to be here calling it on 2AY. The Tigers again kick a high up and under inside forward 50. Polkinghorn back into traffic. King at ground level.
Free kick.
Hanrahan was ripped off the footy, and he does get a free kick inside defensive 50 for the green and gold. Started okay in the ruck against Isaac Muller, big Zach Hanrahan. It's an interesting hand pass to Wiedemann, who was under a bit of pressure, but his left foot's a good one. Finds Fletcher Ramage still in his own defensive 50 here for North Albury.
Been good, Wiedemann, hadn't he? I thought his first quarter was fantastic. What he's doing off the ball. Chance here now for the hot burn. Handball back. Big Izzy Muller's got a bit of a cut on his ear, I reckon. Knocks the ball forward. Chance here, picked up there, a hurried kick there by Rory Parnell, inside forward 50, comes to ground, picked up by Caden Witter, great vision, kick was good too, finds Jack Penny, unleashes with a handball now to Wiedemann. This needs to be a well-weighted kick, and it's a beauty. Archie Gardner could run onto this one. Garlett chases him, a couple of real speeds, he got a terrible bounce to Gardner. Garlett was there, swooped on it. The man in the blue boots beat the man in the green boots, but it's been intercepted by Foster Gardner. He goes short and he finds Jack Penny. Midfield for the Hoppers. They trail by 4.
Penny pumps it inside forward 50, 1-on-1 between Murphy and Hart. Swooping on this one was Broomhead. Page right on his hammer, deep inside forward 50 here for North Albury. Feel like Foster Gardner playing a really good game. Scott Montgomery boundary side for the Newmarket.
Yeah, he's been lively, hasn't he? He's been the guy they're trying to get the ball in the hands of in between the arcs, and the guy that's going to drive him forward every chance they can get it into his hands.
Muller and Hutchinson in the ruck. Archer Gardner, strong tackle on Kelly. Here's Goody, just fumbled it in the pocket. They swoop on him. Gaynor, unthanked, trying to weave his way through a little bit of traffic. Kelly just missed his hand with the handball and then handballed it to himself. Carroll, still in his own D50 here. Winter wins it for the Hoppers, jams it on the boot. It's a awful kick and has been intercepted here by Max Byrne, who's working hard in defence for the Tigers. We have played 7 minutes for NZ Albury, second term for Jaco Albury-Wodonga, and it's the Tigers by 4 points over the Hoppers.
Dangerous kick by Byrne to Muller. He hasn't got the numbers around him. Kicks it off the ground towards Matty Walker. Might be big Hutchison there, was early doors for North Albury. Took the mark, well tackled. And it'll be a ball up centre wing right in front of the North Albury Tigers club rooms. Brad Freak for 40 wings. What do you got?
Yeah, Caden Winter up to 14 disposals in this game, and Julian Hayes up to 12 himself, on the 40 wing stat sheet.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Jake Gaynor.
Good kick.
Good spoil too from behind by Ramage, who's been fantastic today. Here's O'Hara, a chipping kick. Impacts the game, whatever he does. Matty Walker, I thought he wanted to play on. Now he goes short. Garlett. It couldn't reach him. And Jack Reynolds, the man that Panda refuses to put in the O&M Live Team of the Week, takes a good mark at half-back.
Much to the displeasure of yourself and Sam Turner. Archer Gardner just dropped that one at half-back for North Albury. Gaynor applied a bit of pressure, and we have a boundary throw-in. Still at half-back for North Albury. forward half of the ground for the Albury Tigers, who have kicked the last goal in this game through Braden O'Hara. They lead 20-16, Bradfrey.
Yeah, in this second quarter, 6 inside 50s to 5 in favour of North Albury at the moment. Pretty even in that throughout the game.
Kick inside, forward 50 here for Albury, and Fletcher Ramage takes a nice intercept mark. He's been pretty good.
Oh, mate, he's been outstanding.
For North Albury in defence. They want to switch the footy here. They go back to Jackson Wiedemann. He's got Polkinghorn leading for him. The kick made him work for it. Polkinghorn takes it at ankle level on the ground. Hayes is going to give it to the running man, Wiedemann. Deep in defensive 50. Lovely left foot kick down the line looking for King. Read it pretty good against Max Byrne. He's got an overlap hand pass if he wants him. He played for the high free kick there, King. Unthank did well, and we're going to have a ball up right in front of Scott Montgomery, boundary side for the new marker, the Tigers by 4.
Yeah, they've been fantastic ties in this quarter with their pressure, but Will Unthank, he's one of the unheralded, improved players in the competition, I reckon. Just his work and his skill level has been fantastic to start this game.
King got one high. It's a good spot from the umpire too, because he was blindsided, and you can't rely on the crowd for evidence, Panda, because they're not often right. Julian Hayes, hammy for 40 wings, please, Brad.
He's coming up for his 14th disposal of the game.
King's lost his headband. He's found it. Great news. Polkinghorn right in the middle of the ground here at the sports ground. Good kick. He finds Jack Penny. Drives it long. Targets Murphy. And he marks right on the boundary line. He's right in front of the netball pocket flank. Call it what you like. About 40 metres out. Very tight angle. Big crowd in, a big chance for the young fella to get a bit of street cred here, Mont.
Absolutely. If you kick one from there, you turn around straight away to the pocket, don't you?
Absolutely. Hopefully the netball girls are watching. Murphy, top of the gold square. Minogue was there. Comes to ground. Kick off the ground by North Albury.
It's Cody Gardner.
I reckon it's Cody Gardner. Little Gussie Gardner got underneath the bottom of that pack, and he's put the hoppers back in front.
Well, it's either Gus or Foster, I'm pretty sure. Take your pick.
It was a Gardner anyway.
It was. That's one thing for sure.
It might have been Foster Gardner, we believe.
That's his second.
He's got 2, and he's got the hoppers back in front. 3-4-22. Tigers 3-2-20. Monty, what a game of footy.
Absolutely. So what you'll have to see, they're attacking the goal face every chance they get, both teams, and the smalls are really coming in the game, aren't they? We've got O'Hara at one end as a mid-size, and then the young Foster Gardner has looked very, very lively.
7 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet for North Albury in this second quarter. 5 for Albury, as we touched on. Julian Hayes up to 6 disposals in this second term for North Albury.
So 22 plays 20 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. The Hoppers back in front. So we've gone goal for goal so far on Anzac Day. The Hoppers 4-0, the Tigers 2-2. Game means so much to both clubs. Here's Penny who's getting busy. Hand passes it to Goody. Short kick into the pocket, finds Murphy. Good kick from Goody. And Murphy will go back for goal number 2. 45 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Josh Murphy, we spoke about it earlier. He's a guy with just great hands, great explosive pace, and he's got Fletcher Hart on the lead 3 or 4 times now. Might be a change to coming for young Fletcher Hart, I feel.
So Josh Murphy is in the AFL Academy. He's a Murray Bushranger. He kicked 6 last week. He's got a lot of talent, this kid. For a chance to put North Albury 8 points in front. Kick on the way is a good one. Josh Murphy loves it. The Hoppers have 2 in a row. They go to 4-4-28. The Tigers 3-2-20. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We played 12 minutes for NZ Albury. Brad, sprinkles free.
Yeah, 8 inside 50s in this second quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet for North Albury for 4 marks inside that forward 50. If we look at the Albury Tigers, they've had 5 inside 50s but no marks. So just a little bit more composure there from North Albury, being able to find the right man and being a little bit more deliberate going forward. Needs some of the ball winners for Albury to get going in the second term as well. Fletcher Carroll hasn't had a disposal. Anthony Miles and Elliot Powell have only had 1 touch each.
Back out of the middle again, Penny. Kick was intercepted by Will Unthank off half back. Drives it long. Kobe Heiner Hennessy leads to the face of the ball. Being chased hard by Ramage. Hennessy knocks it out over the boundary line. Hey, Monty, I reckon North Albury are aware of this dominance Murphy's got on Hart, and Josh Minogue's playing a real decoy game for the side.
Yeah, I felt like that before the game, whoever got Hart was probably going to take him to the goal square, and that's what's happened so far. And I feel that if there was a swap made, whoever got Hart again would go to the goal square.
Hanrahan just got a hand pass to it to Polkinghorn. His kick was half smothered at half back. Charlie McGrath over this football, and Hanrahan wins it. Gardner, that was Gus just reaching for it. So the ball, a bit of sloppy at half forward here for Albury. We trail by 8 points. North 28, the Tigers 20. We're playing around 13 minutes for Jaco Albury-Wodonga here on O&M Live. Muller able to grab it out of the ruck, but Hanrahan tackled him well. Finding a hand pass there was Penny, and here come the Hoppers through Gus Gardner. On to Robbie's man, Jack Reynolds. Kicked a half forward, open paddock. Here's Josh Murphy once again. Good at ground level. Gets around one. Beautiful kick into the middle of the ground. Goes back to his captain, Goody. He plays on straight away and switches the ball to Flynn Gardner.
Flynn Gardner, he's got a couple of Tigers around him. Marks, inside handball. Hazel go deep from here. Drives it long. No one at home at the moment for the Hoppers. Now they swoop. Numbers come in. That ball ain't coming out. The umpire says, give it to me. There was raucous calls from a very parochial Hopper crew here on the western side of the ground. They are here in thousands today, the Hoppers. Ball up, dangerous situation. Hoppers might through Dennis, got it back to Goody. Handball now. Campbell through traffic, had to release. Overrunning was Penny, coming through hard, unfanged, been fantastic, pumped the ball to centre wing, Hayes was there, picked up by Gardner out the back, and he's got it towards, he can't keep it in, was Fletcher Ramage. Little bit of argy-bargy here at centre wing. Monty, down in front of you, what are you saying?
I like that. It should be a free kick there. Just saying dump, the umpire's not looking. So,
he wasn't, was he?
Nah, it's good. Ash Broughton's pulled it from
Broughton pulled it.
It was definitely there. He's got pushed straight in the back hole behind Hennessy, so it's got to be a bit smarter with what you're doing away from the ball.
So that was against Fletcher Ramage. A free kick here to Colby Hennessy, who likes an option inboard. Finds Max Byrne perfectly weighted right in the middle of the Albury Sports Ground. North Albury 28, the Tigers 20. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. A beautiful kick from Byrne, who just continues to improve in this competition. Finds Powell at half forward. Kick into the pocket. Coming hard at that one was Parnell. Not able to mark. And North Albury sweep up in defence. And they find touch. Boundary line is going to be thrown in. Half forward for the Albury Tigers. Just outside 50. They trail by 8 points. We'll go around the grounds very soon for Mr. Stowe's Pool World. The game not too far away from starting between the Dogs and the Raiders. Here's the Big Mac for McRae Motors.
We'll get to Monty shortly. Josh Minogue just coming off the ground. I reckon it's to have a bit of a blow. Flynn Gardner kicks it to half back. Finds my boy, Jackie Reynolds. On to Archie Gardner. A kick to Gus Gardner. Inside handball to Caden Winter. Always pretty good with the footy. They've got some good numbers here. The Hoppers coming through traffic's Campbell. He's clever. He's classy. He goals! Hoppers get another one. Margin out to 14 points. They lead it. 16 minutes gone in the second quarter. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Monty for the Newmarket.
Yeah, got a finish from Campbell there. He's working hard on this near wing, just working up and down the ground, helping out in defence, and then there, getting front and centre, and just wanting that ball a little bit more there than his Albury opponent, and work through, and what a finish.
Yeah, North Albury outstanding this second quarter, 10 inside 50s, and they're doing it without their coach, Tim Broomhead. He's only had the 2 disposals today. Jake Page is doing an outstanding job on him in this game.
How'd they get so much space then, Scott Montgomery?
Yeah, I think it was just the quick transition too, the good ball movement, got it through the middle and just opened them up pretty quickly. And just Josh Minogue just getting the ankle restrapped, boys, so I'll keep an eye on that.
Holding the ball against Hanrahan, who just bit off a little bit more than he can chew, the big fella from Baruga. And Jake Gaynor wins the free kick in the middle of the ground. Plays on straight away, kicks into the pocket. Flynn Gardner backs back with real courage. O'Hara crunched him the other way. I reckon he's come off second best. Hennessy with a flying shot on goal misses for the Albury Tigers. He had a little bit of time and space there, Hennessy, to size it up, and it's through for a minor score. And O'Hara looks pretty proppy, yeah, Scott Montgomery on the boundary for the Newie.
He grabbed at his head and now he's a bit proppy, so whether it's an ankle, he has had a couple of ankle problems last year, so we'll wait and see what it is.
So Tim Broomhead kicking in for North Albury. Robbie McKinlay for Jaco Albury-Wodonga.
Yeah, good work there by Elliot Powell. He knew he had Weedham behind. He decided to fist the ball. He did well to Maxi Byrne. Oh, now through traffic, things are getting a little bit tight through the middle of the ground. Great smother, turnover, Winter, dangerous, onto Gus Gardner. Got it back, Gardner, like a pinball machine. Got it onto the brother, Archie, drives it long. Murphy, Hart, Murphy! I think they've got to do something here, the Tigers. Murphy is leading a merry dance down at half forward. Archie Gardner screaming for the ball. I reckon Murphy's a bit red hot. He'll have a crack here, Mont.
Yeah, it's a tough one with the way that wind's going. It's blowing right at him here, so he's got to start it very far left and try and get the wind to bring it back in because it is a tough breeze from that pocket.
Just get the feel. He's one of those lads who just likes that big occasion. Wherever he's bowling quick, with the red Kookaburra, or he's kicking the red Sharon. Comes in, 45 out, tough kick.
You build him up like that, Big Mac, and that's how he repays you.
And he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. I never said he'd kick it, I just said he'd enjoy the challenge. And he did enjoy the challenge.
Just
out of
didn't
bounds on the
complete
full. Take it away, Panda.
So a disappointing finish there from Josh Murphy after the Big Mac just gives him a rev up.
Well, he's a horrible boy, mate.
So, well, that's an interesting call here because the two umpires have paid different decisions here. Was there a mark or what's going on here, Monty?
Something's happening off the ball
I,
here, boys.
I don't exactly know what happened, but the umpire and Braden O'Hara and his opponent down there, Flynn Gardner, I don't know exactly what was happening, but he must have been for abuse or dissent or something because O'Hara was actually tying his shoelace up and he's given the free kick away and he's 100 metres away from the ball. So I can only assume it'd be for dissent or something like that.
Confusion all around here at the sports ground, nonetheless, because Josh Murphy is going to line up from an easier position than last time for goal number 3. 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. He has indeed. So he's got 2 goals, 2, I reckon, 3. 2 goals, 3,
and
Josh
one
Murphy.
out of the full.
He does indeed. The margin extends to 14 points. 35 plays 21. Hoppers lead on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We've gone around 19 minutes in the NZ Albury time clock.
Duncan brings it back in for the Tigers. Kelly flies high, takes a good grab. Benny Kelly. Just be careful there that big fella doesn't give away a 50. Drives it down the ground, flying high was Elliot Powell. In front of Julian Hayes, who runs through the... Fletcher Hart's come to the bench. Monty, keep an eye on what the change they're going to make down there.
With Josh Minogue off, it sort of makes it a bit easier. So Gilmore's gone straight to Murphy until Minogue gets back out there, I reckon.
There's my favourite little boundary umpire. Flicks that one in. Kelly was a bit overzealous with the palm down. Picked up by Archie Gardner. Got it onto the Campbell. He's a silky, skilled mover. Up goes Fulford. He went a little bit early.
Free kick.
And it's going to be a free kick for... What's that rule they call it, freaky?
Insufficient intent.
That's the one I was looking for.
Unrealistic.
Unrealistic. Take it away, Panda. Miles marks half back for the Tigers. They trail by 14 points. 20 minutes gone, second term.
So the Hoppers have kicked the last 3 goals in this game. As Miles goes short here to Jake Page, doing a wonderful job on Tim Broomhead. Little option opens up in the middle of the ground, but dropping that one was Tommy O'Brien. And here come the Hoppers swooping full foot onto Goody. Hand passes to Archer Gardner. He had pressure behind him. It's a high up and under inside forward 50. The Hopper bloke down there has 3 to beat. It's Josh Murphy. And it's a free kick to Josh Murphy, pretty much directly in front, 30 out, Monty.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this Albury defence, but today they look a bit unorganised when the ball's coming in long and deep like that. And Murphy's having a field day, and I'd be kicking it his way every single time because he's looked so dangerous. And just hopefully he kicks through this one. His last 2 or 3 shots, I reckon he's really stabbed at it, which is why he's missed it.
I've got him down for 2, but I've been corrected.
You've got him for 1.
Yep, I've been corrected by Bob Jackson in the back doing wonderful.
Got to be better, Panda.
No, I do.
Stop giving them to your mates.
Foster Gardner's got 2 and Josh Murphy's got 1.
Just keep giving them to your
mates.
mates.
Does he kick this one, Mon?
We'll have to wait and see. He's 30 metres out directly in front, Josh Murphy. He stabbed at it again, and he's missed. He's got 1 goal, 4, does Josh Murphy, and he's wasting a few opportunities for North Albury. They go to 36. Got to stop looking at the old scoreboard. Albury 21, 15-point lead to the Hoppers.
Duncan got it on the lead, and Colby Heine-Hennessy takes a beautiful one-handed snag, squares the ball up laterally, finds Tommy O'Brien. Hasn't impacted the game as much. Oh, O'Brien got one late from young Murphy, I think it was. And they're going to come for him. Here we go. Downfield it goes.
I reckon he's getting carded here, Murphy.
And he's in trouble here.
Yep, Ash Broughton's going to the back
pocket. It's been an interesting afternoon. It's going to be reported. Ball comes inside forward 50.
Umpire stop and play.
It's going to be play stop. So free kick, Mont will go the way of the Tigers.
And what it will be, boys, it will be a free kick and a 50-metre penalty from where it was. Because if he gets sent off, that's what the rule should be.
I'm not sure if he's been...
Definitely reported. The card's out.
Which card was it, Mont? Yellow?
He hasn't shown a card yet, but
he's got his number,
out.
So he's been reported. Josh Murphy. He's probably been the North Albury's best player.
He just said, come back here, please, Joshua.
Going to lay down the law here. Now, there's a bit of indecision what's going to happen. So the ball at the moment, currently, George Goody has it at centre-half back for North Albury. But all the action's happening down at the other end of the ground with the umpires talking to Murphy.
They're just trying to get the right person that he's hit here, I reckon, boys, because that's what they're asking.
Tom O'Brien.
Yeah, and Tommy O'Brien got up pretty quick, to be fair. He got on with the business. And now we're just
Or
all waiting.
Was it young Ty Quaid?
No, it was definitely Tommy
O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Yep. So it was a late hit. It was definitely there.
He's just doing his paperwork, Ash Broughton, here, because they've got to get it right at the moment. But what you do have vision of the game.
Yellow card, boys. Yellow card has been shown.
So he's off for 15 minutes, Josh Murphy.
Of game time.
Of game time, that's right, Mont. And now we'll see what the umpires do. So the ball was at centre half back for North Albury. They were leading by 15 points. Now George has been told to stay there. The umpire's now going to transport the ball all the way down to centre half forward, the Albury Tigers.
Centre half back.
And it should be a 50-metre penalty from where the report happened is what should happen.
I'm not sure if they still apply that 50-metre rule.
I think a card it is.
If a card it is, it could be.
Well, it's going to be a free kick back at half back here for Albury.
I was going to say, it should be from at least where the incident was, which was another where they did the paperwork was an extra 30 metres up the ground.
So I reckon that 50-metre rule's gone, Mon. I've been caught before. Anyway.
Hang on, no, he's paying it now, Robbie. Robbie, see, don't bloody judge me, mate.
This.
Come on.
But Ash Broughton, what was it?
That was silly.
He's got to pay where the free kick is and then pay a 50
Take it away, Pen. I've got
utter confusion here. So there's a free kick and a 50 hit at Albury after all of that.
This is a fair 50-metre penalty, boys. Look where he's taken him to.
It's a big 50. Tom O'Brien has it. 45 metres out, call it directly in front. This will be against the run of play. 36 North Albury, 21 Albury, and Tom O'Brien with a chance to bring the margin back to 9. Directly in front, Tom O'Brien, it's a bit of a mongrel, he misses. It's through for a minor score. After all that confusion, the Big Mac was stumped. I was stumped. Monty had no idea what was going on. Jack Reynolds is smiling at me on the bench.
He always is.
And it's a point to Albury. Julian Hayes with the kick-in duties. 36-22, CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Robbie, we've gone 25.
And amongst all that, Josh Murphy's been sent off. So the Hoppers are going to play the next, as Monty said, 15 minutes of actual game time, one man short. So if the Tigers can get a late goal here.
If I was Albury, I'd be putting that person around the footy.
Absolutely. Big Muller goes up, takes a good grab too. And Big Izzy Muller, centre wing. He's had everything this game. Muller drives the ball long. From behind, Matty Walker flies high, can't get on the second bite. Good work there by Foster Gardner. And he's been tackled. 30 out for the Albury Tigers goal. They trail 22-36. 25.5 minutes gone for Jaco Albury Wodonga. Here's Panda.
Former Cray Motors. Brad Sprinkle's freak, of course, on our 40-wing stat sheet. We'll go around the ground soon for Mr. Stowe's pool world. And we'll grab a Ray White Rural netball update with the netball action here at the sports ground also. Penny. Hand passes, inside defensive 50 for North Albury, and Goody brings down Walker in a strong tackle. The footy 13 minutes away from starting. Essendon, Collingwood. Freaky's Pies up against my Bombers.
No one in the goal square here, boys.
No. Hanrahan taps it back. Goody's kick was half smothered there for the Hoppers. Flynn Gardner went in. In the end, another stalemate inside 50 for the Tigers, who would love a late one. They trail by 14, 22-36, repeating Josh Murphy sent off. 26 minutes gone on the NZ Albury time clock.
Hayes' kick was smothered. Ball stuck in this area for Albury attacking 30 metres out from their goal. And we're going to have another ball up. So I reckon the Hoppers might go down to lockdown mode in this last minute or two of this quarter. The first quarter went 26 minutes. This one's gone almost 26 and a half. Muller's tap was clever. Bustled around there was Parnell. And the Hoppers, Goody amongst them, are just locking it down here. This is good tactics here by the Hoppers. 27 minutes tick over. Big second quarter. Here's Panda.
For Jaco Albury Wodonga, Muller and Hanrahan wrestling. That's about our 6th stoppage in a row. And we have moved 2 metres.
I feel that Albury players just need to get out of this inside 50. They just need to spread out because the North Albury players will follow them. That's what they need to do.
Anzac Day footy here on 2AY and O&M Live. Albury at home to North Albury.
Another stop.
And as Monty said down there on the boundary, another stoppage. You feel like the umpires might pay a free kick here, Freaky?
Yeah, they could. This is perfect for North Albury. Obviously, with one man down, got to kill 15 minutes of game time. This is the perfect way to play it. Obviously, you don't want to be 10 metres out from your own goal, but just keep locking it in, keep balling, getting the ball up.
Muller, clever tap. I can't find Powell. Intercept was good by Campbell. Got it to George Goody. Off half back now. Running hard was Winter. Kicks it towards centre wing. Happy Gilmore can't take the grab. The siren echoes across the Albury sports ground. It sees North Albury, the visitors, top of the table. Hoppers lead 36-22. Panda. Jesus, cracking game of footy. They are one man down though. Josh Murphy sent off. Still has about 11 minutes to serve.
He does indeed. So it's going to be interesting to see how the young fella reacts. He's only 17 and he's in the book. North Albury 36 to Albury 22. A good game of Anzac Day footy here on O&M Live. Stay with us. Plenty to come on the other side of this. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
And welcome back to the Albury Sports Ground for the O&M Live halftime show, thanks to Elders Rural. And we are seeing a cracking Anzac Day clash here The old rivals Albury taking on North Albury, and at half-time we have the North Albury Hoppers 5-6-36 leading the Albury Tigers 3-4-22. Joining the box by Brad Sprinkles Freaks and Bob Jackson. What do we think of that first half, Sprinkles? It's been a great start and a great show of footy.
Yeah, it certainly has been a great half of football, as you touched on there, Mon. I think the one thing that really stands out to me is the work rate of North Albury and how well they've been able to cover the ground. They really dominated that second quarter. I don't think there's any other way you can say. They probably should be further in front in the game. Obviously, Josh Murphy up in that front half. He's really, I guess he's announcing himself to the Ovens and Murrays, and he's a 17-year-old. And I don't know how much footy we're going to see of him. If that's what he does on a week-to-week basis as a 17-year-old, I don't know if we'll see him for very long in the Ovens and Murray. But yeah, at the moment, the work rate of North Albury just getting up and down the ground, their ball use has just been really, really strong. But they only lead by the 14 points here at halftime, so they've left the door ajar for Albury. But yeah, it's been a great contest so far.
And Bob, your thoughts? It's been a cracking game and a great high-intensity finals-like atmosphere. What have you seen?
Yeah, I feel as though that North Albury play a high-possession game. They love to shift the ball across the ground, move the lanes to open up the ground across the other side of the park. Whereas Albury are a bit more direct and a bit more don't use the ball as much. But in saying that, Albury aren't getting their hands on the footy as much as what North Albury are, and they seem to be a little bit more efficient going forward when they get the opportunity, but just not seem to get the opportunity. They're very busy around the ball, North Albury, with the likes of Good and the Gardner boys with us. They all seem to be short, sharp handballs to create some space on the outside and giving their forwards, particularly Murphy, good option and first crack at the ball. Even though it's a little bit wide at times, Murphy, but they're getting the ball in there plenty of times.
Absolutely, they are. And both teams are playing similar brand, aren't they? They both want to win it at half-back and then just slingshot forward and try and get them moving as quick as they can. But we'll have a quick look at the goal kickers. We've got Foster Gardner's kicked 2 and then singles to Josh Murphy, who's kicked 1 goal 4, had a lot of opportunities in that deep pocket in the netball end. He sort of probably could have passed a couple of them off. Isaac Campbell's kicked 1 and Nathan Dennis. While for Albury, it's a one-man band. Braden O'Hara, who we keep saying his kicking is just next level, and he's kicked 3 for Albury, all 3. So he's been damaging. If we have a look at the 40-wing stats, what are the individual stats showing us, Freaky?
Yeah, if we have a look, we can start with North Albury. Obviously, leading disposal getter on our stat sheet in the game today is Caden Winter. He's up to the 18 disposals. If we have a look at, then obviously Julian Hayes, 17, 14 for George Goody as well. On the Albury Tigers sides of things, we've got only low numbers. Jake Gaynor, their leading disposal with Anthony Miles, 9 apiece for a first half. Fletcher Carroll had 8, had 7 in the first quarter, only had 1 in that second term there. So these prime ball winners for the Albury Tigers need to get back involved in the game. 12 inside 50s in that second quarter for North Albury to 8. They had 5 marks inside forward 50 as well. So they're able to find their targets. When they're being deliberate with the footy, North Albury, they've been really strong by foot, and they're showing why they're the #1 disposal team in the Ovens and Murray this season.
I think you said that pre-game, Monty, that the guns need to be firing for Albury to be, within shot or in front. Well, they're not that far out of it. 14 points in this day and age, especially with a man down for 10 minutes in the second. Second half. If they get themselves back into the game, as we said, Gaynor, Powell, Miles is another one. Just get themselves back into the game to a certain degree. Carroll's another one where they can get themselves back into the game for sure.
Well, it's a big opening 10 minutes of the second half, as you touched on there, Bobby, with Josh Murphy, who got the yellow card late in that second term. We believe it's probably going to be about another 10 minutes that he's not going to be on the field for. And there is that bit of a breeze going towards the Botanical Gardens end, which Albury will also be kicking towards in the third quarter when we get after this halftime break. So it's going to be a huge period in the game. If North Albury can neutralise that first 10 minutes, it's going to go a long way to them winning. But if the Tigers can get back some momentum, get the scores a bit even before they get back on, it's going to be a red-hot game.
Well, for mine, I think North Albury's got to start with the 7th. I think Julian Hayes has probably got to go as a loose man, just with that breeze and the extra player. Just give him 2 in the back half. Let Albury try and win the ball back there. You might be outnumbered, but you just got to try and control the footy, take the uncontested mark, the intercept marking, and then just chip it around. You might have to just change your game mode for 10 minutes until you get Josh Murphy back there, because he's been the sole guy they've looked for basically inside 50. You look at it, he's kicked 1 goal 4, so that's 5 shots on goal he's had, and they've probably gone to him a couple other times.
They're certainly fit enough to play the uncontested game.
Absolutely.
The stats leading into the game suggested that as well. Their uncontested mark was as high as anybody else's in the competition, so they can certainly play that game. They're fit as hell. They're young. The Gardner boys are super impressive. Jack Reynolds on the wing is another one. Ramage is the one that for me today has been very good off halfback.
Oh, yeah.
So they need to, and you could tell they used to call it the 2-minute drill back in the old days. Is the last couple of minutes of play there in front of goal where they just the ruckman and And
drop it at your feet,
the
don't
ruckmen have done a fantastic job for North Albury.
Yeah.
Hutchison and Big Hanrahan, they've done a great job against Big Izzy. So, they played it in nice and tight, stoppage after stoppage after stoppage, stacks on the mill type sort of setup. So, I think we might see a little bit more of that.
And they've done it all with Tim Broomhead, the coach. He's only had 3 disposals to half-time as well. You made the point off air before, Bobby. Jake Page doing a great job with him, but it's taking Jake Page out of the game for Albury as well. So, Albury's losing one of their great runners that they can use on a wing today by keeping him on Timmy Broomhead, who's doing a great job on him. But I wonder at some point are they going to need that leg speed in the second half?
I think that what Tim Broomhead could do if he got off the chain is a lot more damage than what Jake Page could do. And I'm happy to go with 17 against 17 if you're taking Tim Broomhead out of the game. I think he is the guy that can win it off his own boot. He can go forward and kick goals, he can go through the middle and get 35 plus, go behind the footy and be that guy that really sets him up with his damaging kicking, which Jake Page is not giving him anything. Anytime he's got some sort of space, Jake Page is there in a heartbeat and just closing him down as quick as he can. So what we might do, might just quick go around the grounds from Mr. Stove's Pool World. Freaky, what's happening over the border?
Yeah, they've only just started in Wodonga between Raiders and the Wodonga Bulldogs. Early lead to the Wodonga Bulldogs, 19-6. You can get the goal kickers on Play HQ now as well. Jack O'Sullivan, big Jack O'Sullivan, I should say, kicked one. Noah Spiteri one. Cohen Ainsworth kicked one, and Brandon Kentillas kicked one for the Raiders early in that game. Only about 10 minutes gone in that match.
Very good. I'm sure the Raiders will be looking to bounce back, and we're not going to continue their winning form. Righto, we're sitting in the office over there in the Albury change rooms, Bob. What are Milesy and Sean Daly saying, and what are they going to throw around with the magnets to try and keep Albury in this game? You know, they haven't played great footy, but they're only 2 goals down. So what can they do to just give them that little bit of a nudge to really go away with this game in the second half?
I'd call it all experienced players in the office and say, let's come on, we need to lift here, particularly this first 10 minutes. If we get a little bit of momentum here, we could really split this game open. I'd almost spread the forward half open a little bit. Particularly with Hart, you can push him further up the ground a little bit now, and you may be able to expose young Gilmore further up the ground and maybe play him deep forward for a little bit, just to throw the magnets around just a little bit for 10 minutes and see if we can get a bit of spark. Maybe young Unthank gets a lot of the ball. We need to get him getting the ball in deep 50. Not a lot. They're 14 points out. They're hanging in there with a little bit of a breeze. If they get on a bit of momentum, particularly in these first 10 minutes, I don't think they'll be pushing the panic button yet. There's too much experience. There's too much experience in that change rooms to push the panic button just yet. But I think just a little bit of a squeeze on the experienced players a little bit.
No, spot on. And if you're just joining us, you're listening to the halftime show thanks to Elders Rural here at the Albury Sports Ground, where Albury are 3-4-22, trailing the North Albury Hoppers 5-6-36, 14-point lead of the Hoppers. Freaky, you're Tim Broomhead, you're sitting in the office with Oscar going, righto, this is how we're going to keep going here. This is the magnets not moving anything. This is what we're going to do. What's the messaging coming out of them after half-time?
We'll just keep playing the same way. It's got you to this point as it has now. We've seen that their work rate up and down the ground has been outstanding. When fatigue becomes a bit more in this game, they're going to be able to use that leg speed even more and run over the top of the Tigers. They hope they're just probably been a little bit wasteful in front of goals at times, but if they can just keep doing what they're doing, take a few more of their opportunities, they'll be able to get this job done.
They'll have to tinker a little bit now for 10 minutes.
They will.
I wouldn't be surprised if Fully plays out of the goal square and maybe push Josh Minogue up to mix it with that spare man that they possibly were going to come up against in that back half for Albury. So they might just tinker with something just there.
No, absolutely spot on. Well, that's the halftime show. Thanks to Elders Rural. You're listening to O&M Live. And after this break, we're back for all the second half action, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
A Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Zero 0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
OMFNL Live on 2AY.
Half-time, done and dusted here at the Albury Sports Ground for Elders Rural. Third term for Indigo Power, not too far away from starting. We really hope you're loving the Anzac Day coverage on 2AY or O&M Snap Print Solutions TV as we quickly go around the grounds in the big game. Please, Brad Freak, the Bombers.
I'll let you do the honors, mate.
Oh, we've kicked the first 3 goals. Let me just say that. 18-0. Very early days, of course, in the Anzac Day clash.
How many did we come back from at
I know. Don't worry. I still have night.
Let's worry about the real footy at Albury Sports Ground.
But
yeah, Timmy Broomhead's gone a half back, boys. So Jake Page has followed him, and yeah, niggle continues.
The niggle does continue between Tim Broomhead.
Full-fed going as the deepest forward, which we spoke about in the half-time show.
And Jake Page.
Honkinghorn's got to be careful there.
He's fallen over. So a little bit of argy-bargy, of course. Josh Murphy still got 10 minutes to sit off the ground. He's been sent off with a yellow card and reported for a late hit on Tom O'Brien. So the Hoppers lead by 14 points at half-time here at the Sports Ground on 2AY and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. 36-22. Third term for Indigo Power, not far away from getting underway. I'm not sure what the umpire's waiting for.
There's a little kid on the far side.
Two
kids.
Now.
There we go. Here's the Big Mac, the original O&M Live Anzac Day Tigers Hoppers.
Here we go, Muller. Well, no one really got the decisive tap there. Hanrahan did well. He followed up well. Kick by Penny was good. Got it inside forward 50. Fulford hits O'Brien high in a lunging desperation tackle. There was no malice in it. Carroll's got hold at half-back, goes across the ground, and he finds McGrath. McGrath off half-back. Ooh, it's a high floater, but it's probably pretty well weighted in the end. And it's been marked there by young Ty Quaid. On debut, good work from behind by King. Jack Penny gathered up the crumbs. He's got a lot of space. Kick's going to be good. Over the back it goes. Running onto his Tommy O'Brien. Left-handed handball. Finds McGrath. Under the pump. Gives it to Page. Page off the left foot. Under pressure. Tumbling kick. North Albury control it. King did well. Paddled it beautifully to Hutchison. Picked up in the tackle. Hayes, quick look away handball. Picked up by Gaynor. Tackled by Hayes. Rolled towards the boundary line. A crocodile roll, Panda. Centre wing, about a minute gone. North Albury still lead by 14 points. We've started the Indigo Power quarter.
That's the description you get from the Big Mac. Crocodile roll. And a crocodile roar. Interesting stuff. Maybe leave that one in the kit bag as very stiff holding the ball there against Charlie McGrath, I think. Didn't have much prior. It's going to be a free kick here to North Albury.
It was such a shock that Zach Hanrahan didn't think he got the free kick.
He didn't even know he had the ball. So a free kick here to North Albury. Just defensive side of centre wing. It's an inside-out torpedo punt. Full foot impacts the contest. Falls the way of Unthank. Poor handball. Turns it straight over to a hopper. Penny gets it on the boot. Kicks it long inside forward 50 for the Hoppers. The bounce favours Reynolds. Jack Reynolds, who gets brought down in a brilliant tackle. A goal-saving tackle from Tom O'Brien.
Yep.
It was an elite body and paint play of the day. He plays on straight away and kicks off half-back to Max Byrne.
Byrne off half-back. Pumps it towards O'Hara. Might have got a little push.
Yep.
He has. He milked it a treat. The Hoppers knew it, and some do it better than others. And Braden O'Hara, now, he's going to wheel around his left. He's been told, you've got to come back 10, Braden. So he's kicked the only 3 goals for Albury today. 30 out from goal, the kick floats, no one at home. Muller came in late and crude. And there's going to be a free kick to go the way of the Hoppers. And down the ground, 50. And it wouldn't have wanted to be much later. And he might have been going for a walk.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad. There was not a lot of malice. Just put the knee up as a good ruckman does when someone stands in the hole. But yeah, it was a little bit late. Yeah,
he made him earn it, Monty. That's what he did. He got a big frame like that. Why
Wasn't
not,
it
Isaac?
55 years ago.
Exactly right. So Jack King wants to switch the footy straight away. Very interesting kick. Kicks it to Jackson Wiedemann. Well done, Charlie McGrath. He's got 2 Hoppers to beat here. Goody hunts the footy and Charlie McGrath wins it. Well done there from McGrath. On to Heiner Hennessy. He kicks to Matt Walker, who's been quiet. A very open 50. Broomhead in a one-on-one versus Page. He went the wrong way. Broomhead takes a mark in front of Page.
Jackson Kelly was streaming inside 50 unattended too, boys. Just did not look inboard at all, Matt Walker there.
And as Monty said, Tim Broomhead's gone to half back. Hayes, interesting kick. It's a good one in the middle of the ground. Finds Jack Penny, and he's got Jack Reynolds in an acre of space on the other far wing. Kenny Mark, the ball doesn't really sit for him. He's got an inside runner in Ramage who snuck forward, and he finds him on attacking 50, and he chips it over the top straight away for Penny. Good movement once again. In fact, it's Foster Gardner who shows a bit of candy. He runs into trouble, and he's caught holding the ball. Great defensive tackle again from the Albury Tigers. That time it was young Ty Quaid on debut. He nailed Foster Gardner. The score 36-22. Hoppers lead is the Big Mac.
Good chain of handballs. Ended up with O'Hara, and now it's with Jake Page. Takes a good mark. This might work in Albury's favour. Page sort of drifting forward. He might be able to impact the game more. He's done a great job tagging Broomhead, but gee, I reckon they're crying out for a bit of Jake Page class. Now, whether it's across the middle of the ground or up forward, who knows? Inside forward 50, Walker from behind, brought the ball to ground, and he fought back pretty well. Hayes applied a good tackle. Charging through at the footy now. Here's a chance at Walker. Kelly was there as well. Dribbling kick, beautifully defended. Nicely there by Flynn Gardner. Through for a rush behind. First score of the second half. It took 4.5 minutes. And Albury, 23, trail the Hoppers, 36. This is for Indigo Power. Freaky, what do you got?
Yeah, early in this third term on the 40-wing stat sheet, Fletcher Carroll and Julian Hayes both up to 2 disposals each. 3 inside 50s apiece to start this third term.
4 and a bit minutes on the NZ Albury time clock.
And Panda, Josh Murphy's got 5 minutes still to go to serve.
So if North Albury can last this 15 minutes of Josh Murphy being sent off without conceding a goal, they'll take that as a real win.
Yep.
George Goody, just over the head of his intended target. Here's Fulford running onto it. He's got an open 50. Minogue leads at him. Fulford takes 3 bounces, has a flying shot on goal. It's an open goal square. It's across the face. They'd love it to go out here, the Hoppers. Garlett gets back in numbers. And his kick's a bit of an interesting one. It finds the turf in D50. Fletcher Carroll hand passes it wide to Gilmore. Hugs the boundary line. Polkinghorn up against Miles. Out of bounds for a throw in far side. No players inside forward 50 there for Fulford to go to, Monty, for the for the Newmarket.
And that happens a lot when you got the extra number, doesn't it? Just Albury able to defend the ground a lot better, and North are trying to defend the ground for all their numbers behind the footy too. So, yeah, it's hard to find space inside 50.
Big fist by Muller. Reynolds tried to intercept it. Jake Gaynor had a lot of pressure on him. And we're going to have another boundary throw in right underneath the Albury Tigers club room. Tradition lives here. It certainly does. But they're under the pump here at the moment. The Hoppers trail by 13. They've played the last 12 minutes, one man down, have North Albury. And in that time, Tigers have not been able to kick a goal. They still lead by 13. Brad Freak, round the grounds.
Yeah, for Mr. Stoves Pool World, 20 points up. The Wodonga Bulldogs are 33-13. 25 minutes gone in the first quarter of that game.
And the A-grade netball not far away from starting, all thanks to Ray White Rural. Might get a couple of C, B and junior results to fly through as well, because it's been well attended over there all day. Big crowd over at the netball. A big crowd here in general at the Albury Sports Ground. Two traditional rivals having a crack. Hoppers on top by 13 points, early stages of the third term. A lot of stoppages on the far ground, Monty, which once again is chewing up time for North Albury.
Yeah, North are playing this beautifully, boys. Just getting all that in forwards, half forwards, up around the footy. Just really clog it up. Don't let any free passage for Albury.
7 minutes played, NZ Albury time clock, third term for Indigo Power, and here comes Carroll for the Tigers. Kicks it high up and under inside forward 50. Big pack of players. Polkinghorn at ground level, a lot of pressure around him. Power there for the Tigers. Here's John O'Male, opposite foot, right foot, snaps a goal. The Tigers draw one back. They strike first blood in the third term. John O'Male, right place, right time. They go to 29. The Hoppers, 36. Good kick, good goal there from John O'Male, Scott Montgomery.
Absolutely, good finish. Just works his wing really well, John O'Male, and was in the right spot at the right time there. And yeah, good finish on the opposite foot too. Nice left footer normally, but on the right there, which left footers don't normally have, do they?
Fletcher Carroll up to 4 disposals in the third term for the Albury Tigers on the 40-wing stat sheet. They've had the 4 inside 50s, as we touched on, with Josh Murphy still not on the ground. They really need to capitalise by getting that goal early in this third quarter.
First goal since the 4-minute mark of the second quarter there for the Albury Tigers. Out of the middle again, Elliot Powell can impact the game. Got it inside forward 50. Wiedemann kicked it off the ground. Hayes was there. Under pressure. Hayes just trails it towards the boundary line. Does well, feeds it out the back towards Polkinghorn, but the boundary umpire said it has gone over the line and it'll be thrown in right in front of the Terry Cross stand, the can bar here at the Albury Tigers. They trail by 7, and we've gone almost 9 minutes in the third term, Panda.
For Indigo Power, Julian Hayes racking them up across half-back. Beautiful kick finds Foster Gardner, who's been really lively for North Albury.
How are the hands from George Goody? Whew.
So here's Gardner, who's kicked 2 goals. Foster goes in board, finds Goody, wants a 50, not buying at the umpire. He's been called to play on here, George. He kicks a high up and under, real average kick, that one, to Ramage in the middle of the ground. He had 3 Tigers to beat. Goody tries to make amends on Walker, and he's caught him holding the ball. I'm not sure he actually even tackled him.
Nah.
Yeah, but geez, George Goody stopped him.
And he looks pretty sore here. George Goody, is it his? It's Caden Winter's free kick. Interesting.
Yeah, but Goody's initial impact.
And he's hurt himself, George, too. He's
the
very
damage
proppy.
there.
Very proppy indeed. Winter wins the free kick for North Albury. Finds Penny. They lead by 7, third term.
There's not a part of his body hasn't got a corky at the moment, George Goody. Penny, inside forward 50. Muller's deep. He pushed his own man out of the road. Jeffy Garlett's there to mop up. He went left. He goes back right. Kicks dangerous. Oh, Maxie Byrne got there in the nick of time. They were closing in fast. Foster Gardner could sniff out a bit of an intercept there. Panda couldn't he? He was tracking him down. Kick across the ground to Duncan. If you're listening at home and you know the sports ground, he's right in front of the old famous scoreboard here that was built to commemorate war veterans who'd served. And it stand the test of time. O'Hara goes short and he finds Tommy O'Brien. They're building it up nice and steady here. Off half back here, the Hoppers through Mail. So Quaid, now he finds Garlett, Panda, and he drives it from centre wing into half forward.
Beautiful kick from Jeff Garlett. Just pulls the trigger back into the corridor, finds Rory Parnell. And he sends Albury deep inside forward 50. Broomhead against Page. Broomhead just ends him under the football. And we've got a boundary throw in attack here for Albury. We've kicked the only goal in this third term to the way of John O'Male. 3 to O'Hara. The Tigers 29, the Hoppers 36 game. Evenly poised As
Murph's
Muller,
getting close to go on, boys.
he is indeed. Good kick once again outside D50 there from Julian Hayes. Finds Caden Winter. How many 40 winks for Caden, Brad Freak?
He's coming up for his 20th of the day.
Well, dropping the mark there was Jack Reynolds in defensive 50, and his high up and under kick has been marked and intercepted by Matt Walker. Poor play there by the Hoppers, and Matty Walker...
He's half a chance.
Is he half a chance with the wind here, Monty?
Nah.
Okay, simple. He goes the big barrel. It's a really disappointing effort. He goes the shot on goal, and it's out of bounds on the full. The Hoppers will like that. Josh Murphy getting ready to come back on. 36-29, the Hoppers lead. We'll go around the grounds very soon and check in on the Victorian Anzac Day game. Of course, that is the Wodonga versus Raiders game, as Wiedemann goes short to Archer Gardner.
At halfback, Archie Gardner, 36-29. The Hoppers lead. 11.5 gone, third term for Indigo Power. Kicks a chance for Matty Walker. Gathers, long way out, goes short, over the top. Chance here for the Tigers. Well done by Broomhead. Got it to Reynolds. Got it back to Broomhead. Left foot kicks a beauty. Finds Julian Hayes. True centre half back. He'll switch it now. Jack Reynolds had a big game. Goes short. Just pokes a short little one to Gussie Gardner. He's between half back and centre wing. Josh Murphy almost back on the ground. Hayes, inside handball. Back to Gardner, back to Hayes. He'll go wide, laterally, and he finds Jackson Wiedemann, who'll chip it across the ground, and he'll find Harry Weaven.
Just trying to control a little bit of the football here, North Albury. And the kick from Weaven's been smothered by O'Hara in a good position here for Albury, 70 around from their goal.
Julian Hayes up to 7 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet in the third quarter. He's running hot. There's only been 12 minutes gone in the third term.
Boundary throw in. Muller and Hutchison go at it again. Muller grabs it out of the ruck. Really quick hands from Gaynor onto Miles. Right foot kick, back in attack for Albury. Parnell got both hands to it. Wiedemann up against Kelly. Wiedemann brought Kelly to ground. Fletcher Carroll bores over the football. Weaven jumps on him. We have a ball up inside 50 for the Albury Tigers.
40 out from their goal. They trail it by 7. Josh Murphy getting very close to going on. Is that yellow flag out? No, it's still hanging out the window, so that means he's still doing time. Archie Gardner can't quite see it out over the boundary line. Caden Winter dropped one under pressure there from Colby Heiner Hennessy. Inside handball's okay to McGrath. Probably been Albury's best today almost. Now they're under trouble. Ducking under a high tackle there was Jack Penny. Geez, a lot of pressure starting to flow into this game at the moment. And it spills over the boundary line. They're doing it well, the Hoppers. They're defending with a lot of grit, and they lead by 7 points. 13 minutes gone for 40 winks. Brad Freak?
Yeah, 4 disposals to Tim Broomhead in this third term. He only had the 3 in the first half, so it's good to see that he's starting to get around the ball a little bit more.
So, boundary throw in. Far side here at the Albury Sports Ground. Caden Winter working hard. We've only had the 1 goal here in this third term to the way of John O'Mail. 36-29. North Albury lead by 7 points. The Raiders and Wodonga doing battle at Birralee Park. The Bombers and the Pies in the traditional Anzac Day game. Muller, ball on the boot. Wiedemann, defensive mark for the North Albury Hoppers. The switch is on. Has to sit here for Weaven. Ramage gives him a hand. Does well just to get through a couple of tacklers and handballs it on hands and knees to King, who fends off, gives it back to Ramage. Really good pressure here by the Albury Tigers. Really good pressure. They've hemmed North Albury in the defensive 50, and they got a stoppage inside 50 again. 36-29, third term for Indigo Power. We have played 14 and a bit minutes for NZ Albury.
It's a long sentence, young Murphy's, but here's a chance. Tigers hit the post. Oh, it cannoned into the post. Rory Parnell's snap, and Josh Murphy is finally on, and his side trail by 6 points.
Hasn't got a man either here,
They
boys.
lead.
And he's all on his own. And the ball's going quickly down the ground here. If they can move it quickly, it'll be a turnover. Might be a chance for the Tigers. Kelly there. Busting through the tackle was Winter, and he kicks it wide, and he finds Gus Gardner.
He can play on straight away. He doesn't. And he wants to use Josh Murphy straight on the ground, and here he is. Centre wing, far side. He's got options in the middle. Ignores them. Plays on. So 18 plays 18 again here at the sports ground. Murphy inside 50. Dennis at the front, not able to mark. And we're going to have a ball up inside Hoppers attacking 50. As we go around the grounds, Brad Sprinkles, Freak.
Yeah, between Wodonga and the Wodonga Raiders. Wodonga 33 lead the Raiders 19 at quarter time in that match.
For Mr. Stowes Poolwell.
Archie Gardner, clever gather. He'll get a shot on goal here. He decides go long. Murphy couldn't quite hang on to it. Maxie Byrne did well. He might have got a push in the back, a knee in the back. No, it's going to be a boundary throw in. And hey, Monty, is Max Byrne gone to Murphy now?
No, I think he just caught him in that transition there because they were a bit out of shape.
Okay,
the Albury Tigers when Murphy got back on the ground because the ball was in motion. So I think they'll find it now who will be.
Yep.
So boundary throw in, deep inside attack here for North Albury. Miles grabbed hard here. And we're going to have another stoppage as Ben Fulford tried to reef the ball away and run into goal.
Gilmore still kept Josh Minogue goalless.
He's been brilliant, has Hamish Gilmore all day. We spoke about that matchup pre-game and how important it was, and here's the man on cue. Gilmore has a player out wide who held his width. It's Charlie McGrath in the bright orange boots, and he kicks forward to O'Hara, who can run onto this if the ball sits. He's got Heine Hennessy inboard, goes by hand to Fletcher Carroll, who's been brought down in a big crunching tackle by Jackson Wiedemann. A great defensive tackle by Wiedemann. And we're going to have a ball up, attacking 50 for the Albury Tigers. 36 plays 29. We've played 16 minutes for NZ Albury. 7-point lead to the Hoppers.
She's a tight, tough old third quarter so far unfolding here. Just the one goal. Tigers got McGrath, kicks the ball deep. 15 out from goal. Parnell did well. He didn't make contact with an opponent. That was important. Good handball out the back there by Flynn Gardner. Got it to Ramage. Clever tap by King. Back to Ramage. Heine Hennessy's tackle was crude.
Yeah, didn't have it.
He held him. He pushed him. The only thing he didn't do, Monty, was throw a saddle on him.
You've got to take possession before you tackle him to the ground like that, I think. So good decision there from the out-of-zone umpire.
Inside 50 numbers this quarter, Brad Freak.
Yeah, 10 for the Albury Tigers, 6 for North Albury. They've had the real dominance in this third term.
Yet to really get effect on the scoreboard are the Albury Tigers. Only the one goal through John O'Mail. As Flynn Gardner kicks to centre wing here for North Albury. Well done there by Miles. Bit of a wobbling old kick into the middle of the ground, and North Albury have the numbers. Campbell's hand pass put Goody under pressure. Winter fell to ground. And we're going to have a stoppage inside the centre square here at the Albury Sports Ground. Scott Montgomery, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, Maxie Byrne has got that match up now with young Murphy down forward. So Fletcher Hart's still on the bench. So they've gone a bit small in the back six, the Albury Tigers.
Kelly inside forward 50, but a gutsy mark. An elite body and paint mark player of the day there by Flynn Gardner, running with the flight of the footy. Gee, that was a gutsy grab. And he saved the day for the Hoppers. Now they've got the smooth mover, young Isaac Campbell, and he kicks it to the boy from Narandra, Brad Hutchison. Chipping kick, just had a little bit too much on it. Miles got it, handball to Gaynor. They might build from here. Chance here, cross half forward, picked up by Page. Handball to Heine Hennessy. Ball's inside forward 50. Garlett's going to take a couple on here. A clever push by Garlett. Gathers, he'll snap, and he'll probably goal. He does, he kicks it out on the full. Never got close to Jeffy Garlett. Great closing pressure there by King. And the Hoppers will kick it back into play. They lead by 6, 36-30. It hasn't been high scoring, but by goodness, it's been entertaining, Panda.
Yeah, it has. Brad Freak, what do you got for us for 40 winks?
Yeah, Julian Hayes up to 25 disposals in this game. He's had 8 in this third quarter alone. And also in this third term, George Goody's had the 5 disposals for North Albury, as we touched on before. 11 inside 50s to 6 in favour of the Albury Tigers, but just haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard in this third term yet.
Living in their attacking half here at the moment, the Albury Tigers owning territory, just not putting it on the scoreboard. Goody jams it on the boot. They got the wall set up here, and it gets through a couple of players. And here's Minogue up against Gilmore. Lots of Tigers around this pill, and they work it out in the middle of the ground. O'Brien goes really wide to McGrath, who's held his width beautifully on that far wing. Has Charlie. Smooth operator. Kicks to half forward. Hutchinson with a good defensive fist for the Hoppers. Force it towards the boundary. Wiedemann checks his kick in the middle of the ground, and it finds Jack Reynolds. Robbie's man. They got options inboard. It's Archer Gardner. He goes to Goody.
Goody. Kick. Inside forward 50. Dennis! He worked his opponent off the footy superbly, which was young John O'Mail. And Nathan Dennis will have a shot on goal for about 48, Monty.
Yeah, the work rate from Nathan Dennis to get inside 50 there. He come from inside the defensive 50, boys, and just worked his backside off and just had, a couple of steps on John O'Mail. He couldn't catch it up, and a great use by George Goody to find him on the fly.
Leading by 6, North Albury, Nathan Dennis. to the Norriel Park end. Comes in, kick on the way. He's pushed it right. They lead by 7. And we've got 20 minutes gone in the third quarter for Indigo Power. And we haven't had a lot of Sunjang goals today so far, boys.
Probably Foster Gardeners in the first term.
That'd be the one.
So here's a good bit of overlap here for Albury. Charlie McGrath has been caught holding the ball in the middle of the ground. I thought he caught one high.
Yeah.
The umpire not buying it. And a free kick here to North Albury. It's Isaac Campbell. His kicks are real high up and under to his coach, Tim Broomhead, at half forward. Far side here of the Albury Sports Ground. The lead comes from Minogue. Over his head, Gilmore wearing him like a glove. Ball on the ground inside the Hoppers attacking 50. Miles just found a hand pass onto O'Brien, who was brought down without the footy. Yeah, brought down without the footy. It's against Caden Winter. And it's a free kick here to Albury in their own defensive 50. They trail by an even goal. 4-6-30. Sorry, 7 points to the Hoppers. 5-7, 37. And a 50 as Scott Montgomery picked up boundary side for the Newmarket.
Because once you get rid of the footy, if you get taken out of being able to get involved in the next play, it's a 50-metre penalty with the free kick.
Oh, kick's not a great one. Well done, Jack Reynolds. Got a fist on it. Gathered the crumbs. Handball back to Archie Gardner. Handball over the top to George. George got it back to Archie Gardner. Drives it long. Murphy gets a look at it. Oh, these jukes are good. He didn't quite hang on to it. They said play on's a call. He paddled it. I reckon he got it right. Agree, Mont. He just needed to hold a little bit longer. There was a lot of enthusiasm for the moment, Panda. But he, a bit like yourself, you just sometimes got to go a little bit longer.
Thank you very much, Robin McKinlay. Cop that, Panda. Deary me. You know what? Miranda agrees. Here we go. Inside forward 50 here for North Albury. Goody's been manhandled by a couple of Tigers and he's caught holding the ball. A free kick here to Jake Gaynor. They trail by 7. Almost to 50 against Caden Winter. Gaynor was certainly letting the umpire know about it. Gaynor is going to hug the boundary line. He does. Fills out the back here to Isaac Muller. Polkinghorn tries to push him over the boundary line. He does. Won't be a long quarter, Monty. We've only had the one goal and we've gone 22 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock.
I reckon only 2 or 3 minutes left in this one. And I'll tell you what, Albury need one, I reckon, because North Albury just feel like they're running on top of the ground a bit better.
Closing stages for Indigo Power, third quarter action. Archie Gardner, clever, over the top to Foster, back to Archie, takes him on. Kelly couldn't catch him, kicked it inside forward 50. Minogue got a bit of a look at it. Tackled magnificently by Gilmore, good umpiring. He had no prior opportunity, the tackle was perfection. And it'll be a ball up on North Albury's forward 50. They lead by 7 points. We've gone 23 minutes. Panda.
Former Cray Motors. Blake Panderescott and Robbie McKinlay with you. Jackson Kelly going in really hard. O'Brien's really lifted in this third term after copping a big knock. Beautiful handball to Parnell. On to Carroll. Here's a bit of link-up play for the Albury Tigers. A beautiful wobbling old kick inside 50. And it lands in the laps of Jake Page. The first time, I reckon, all day we've seen the Tigers run through the middle of the ground, Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, you love seeing Fletcher Carroll do that, don't you? Get the footy and change direction through the middle of the ground. And Jake Page, this is what we wanted to see when he went forward. Just get out on Broomhead, make him defend a little bit. And this is the second time he's been involved in a couple of plays that have resulted in a shot on goal. Just needs to go back and make sure he puts this one through now.
So Jake Page, to bring the margin back to 1 point, will kick from 42 or 3 metres. Very slight angle. He's a beautiful left foot kick and he's across the face. Wasting a couple of chances in this third term as the siren sounds. That would have been a major goal for the Albury Tigers. It's an even kick at three-quarter time on Anzac Day. The Hoppers 37, the Albury Tigers 31. What do we have in store in this final term? It's going to be a ripper for Mac Jack Sheds. Stay with us on 2AY and O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital Orthopaedic Services. Range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Certainly is Anzac Day football on 1494 2AY. O&M Snap Print Solutions TV as well. Hope you're loving the Anzac Day coverage. We certainly are. Blake Panda Escott with you, Robin McKinlay, Brad Sprinkles Freak, Scott Montgomery as we go to Brad Freak for our McRae quarters best in the third term.
Yeah, I really thought Archie Gardner was really strong for North Albury in that third quarter. His run across the wings was outstanding, and Fletcher Carroll for Albury, I really thought he was the one, the catalyst to try and get them going in that third term of this game. If we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet as a whole, Julian Hayes is our leading disposal getter on our stat sheet. He's up to 25 disposals in this game, 22 to Caden Winter, 21 to George Goody. On the Albury side of things, Anthony Miles only up to 14 disposals as their leading disposal getter, and Fletcher Carroll 13, Jake Gaynor is at the 13 as well. Team stats very even, 32 inside 50s to 33 in favour of the Albury Tigers. Marks inside forward 50, North have had 8 to 3, so very even across the board. Not a lot in it in the scoreboard either. It's going to be a cracking last quarter.
It is indeed. As we go back down to Scott Montgomery, what huddle were you floating at three-quarter time, Monty?
Listen, mostly Timmy Broomhead and caught the back end of Shawnee Daly, but Timmy Broomhead was massive on just what a effort's been to be in this position at this stage of the game. Now they just can't let themselves down with a poor performance. They just got to give it absolutely everything for this last quarter. Well, listen to Sean at the end there. He just said, boys, it comes down to grit now. All we've got to do is just work our butts off. And I tell you what, he didn't say it with butts, with a different word, but yeah, just got to work our backsides off and make sure that we're in front of the final siren. We can't leave anything out here.
What you're going to see, Monty, is two sides who have a week off next week. Absolutely have a red-hot crack in this final term. They will be spent when they come off, both of these sides.
Absolutely, you're spot on. I don't think there'll be any stone left unturned out there, and I reckon there might be a bit more aggro and biffo and whatever, because both teams are getting a bit hot under the collar towards the end of that third quarter.
They certainly are. So we've got a grandstand finish here on Anzac Day as we go around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World. Brad Sprinkles Freak.
Yeah, in Wodonga at the moment. The Wodonga Bulldogs up against the Wodonga Raiders 48-20. About 13 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter of that match.
And we'll race through a couple of netball results as well. Yeah, Aubrey, you go through, please, Freaky.
I've got the under-15s netball. Aubrey 52 beat North Aubrey 30. I just have to switch over to the under-17s. North Aubrey 48 defeated Aubrey 28.
In the C grade, Aubrey 39 defeated North Aubrey 24. So they're the three games so far, Brad Freak.
Do you want to say the score in Melbourne?
Yes, 37-18, Essendon lead at quarter time, but they have been run down before it on Anzac Day as we wait for a couple of kids.
Be unlike Essendon supporters to get a bit ahead of themselves, would it?
Yeah, exactly right. Who wins here, Aubrey or North Aubrey? Final term underway here for Mac Jack Sheds on O&M Live. We hope you've enjoyed Anzac Day coverage. Muller straight down the throat of Anthony Miles, who's going to pump Aubrey into attack. Straight away, Wiedemann coming across, and Flynn Gardner spoiling his own man. Punching towards goal. Two Tigers jumping on the footy. Walker's there. Did Ramage get Walker high? Umpire says no. And we have a ball up. Inside attacking 50, and a really silly free kick to give away from Matt Walker, who threw the footy at Fletcher Ramage, and he plays on straight away, trying to go to Archer Gardner, and in the end he's tackled over the boundary line.
What did he play that?
Dangerous
Hang on.
It wasn't dangerous.
Wow.
No. It was actually a very
all he could do.
Tackle, I thought.
It was a very careful tackle.
God.
An interesting call, and a free kick to Archer Gardner and the Hoppers at half back. He kicks a bit of a mongrel down the wing. Hutchinson got both hands to it. Inside hand pass is all right to Weaven, who tries to get around Will Unthank. Intercepted here was Muller, and he's run out of bounds.
No.
The umpire
on the spot there.
has called out of bounds. Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, it was right in front of me.
Okay.
I don't know if it broke the plane of the white stuff.
So a boundary throw in right in front of our commentary position. Centre wing here at the sports ground. We've played around a minute. Here's the Big Mac for Mac Jack Sheds.
Beside is staring him down. Right, the runner. Anyway, here's a go here for Parnell. Off the left foot, kicks it inside forward 50, and the chest mark has been taken by Jake Page. He's a booming kick. He goes short. The Miles under pressure. Good grab. He was under a lot of closing pressure there from Gardner, Archie. And Anthony Miles stood his ground, and he showed why he played at the top level.
Yeah, really good grab in the end. And Jake Page, again, was one that got it in there. We've spoken about it since he's gone forward after half-time. He's looked really damaging. But I don't know if Miles' legs have got this one in him, so I reckon there might be a short lead on offer here.
Yeah, keep an eye on Jeffy Garlett on the forward flank here, boys. There's no one really
Nowhere near him. Still
Miles,
standing there.
He's still standing there.
Still standing there.
Now he's even got more room.
Still standing there.
I reckon Miles knows he's there.
Still standing there.
Miles says, nah, stuff it. I'll have a crack. He does. Why not? Why not? Sunjan goal of the day. Anthony Miles, he got the first clearance to start the quarter, and he kicks a big goal, a real leader's goal. 5-7-37 apiece here at the sports ground for Mac Jack Sheds. We've got a belter unfolding here, Monty.
He knew exactly what he was doing there, didn't he, Snip? He just went back and said, boys, I'll put this one through. Real coach's goal. It was definitely needed. Gets scores level. That's what we needed to start this game, this last quarter off for Albury.
Yeah, 2 early disposals for Anthony Miles as well on the 40 Wing stat sheet with that goal. They've only had the 2 inside 50s in this quarter, which is all they've had in the last term, Albury.
So a big goal by the coach, Anthony Miles. You can see how much that one meant to him in the final term. What do the Hoppers have here to respond? Julian Hayes, forward hand pass to Penny, who's found himself all alone at half forward, but he just fumbled at the crucial moment. Goes back to a teammate, Campbell, inside forward 50. Murphy jumped really high. Winter at ground level. Lots of Hoppers around this pill in the end. They've been wrapped up. And we have a ball up inside attacking 50 here for the Hoppers. Scores level. 37 apiece. Muller just punches it out of the ruck, as good as a kick. Campbell up against Jackson Kelly. Campbell does well. Hand passes it to Penny. Tied up against the boundary. Jack Penny centres it. Going for this one was Minot. Tries to sock it off the ground, kicking in danger. A free kick here to Albury and Hamish Gilmore. Deep in his own defensive lines here. 37 apiece. Here's the Big Mac for Mac Jack Sheds.
Yeah, been outstanding today has Hamish Gilmore. Kept Minot goalless. Walker flies high, takes a good grab. There's a few Tiger players just starting to work their way into the game. I thought they had a really good 10 minutes to finish the third quarter. Scores a level. If you've just joined us, don't leave us. Fletcher Hart, who he overran the footy. Whedon was there to mop up, and he concedes. Runs it out over the boundary line, right between the two interchange boxes, which has been pretty hectic. Hart comes off, and it's going to be thrown back in. 37 each. How long, Panda? 4.5 minutes
4.5 minutes for NZ Albury. Scores level on the Wodonga Border Carpet scoreboard. Foster Gardner started the first half on fire. Has been wrapped up by Anthony Miles.
Broom had just chucked himself back in the middle too, boys.
And Jake Page goes with him. Been an enthralling battle all day. Jake Page certainly got the chockies. Muller with strength. Grabs it out of the ruck, but his kick's a bit errant. Finds Isaac Campbell in the middle of the ground.
Been good.
Has been good.
Ooh.
North Albury player went down in the middle of the ground. Weaven gets it onto Penny, who ran 100 metres to get that ball. Delivers it inside forward 50 onto the chest of Nathan Dennis, but you can put that down to gut running from Jack Penny, Scott Montgomery.
Absolutely. That's exactly what North Albury built today's game on, is just their work rate has been second to none, and just that delivery inside 50. That's what they've missed in that third quarter, and that one there, just Nathan Dennis did not have to break stride and took a nice chest mark.
So he's kicked one behind for the day, Nathan Dennis.
And a goal.
And a goal, he has. Thank you, Monty. The boy from North Wagga. Kick on the way is a good one. Nathan Dennis is up and about. The Hoppers are up and about. That's his second. They go to 6-7-43. Albury, 5-7-37. The Hoppers are back in front by 6 points, Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, as we spoke about, that's their ball movement. That's what they want to do as much as they can. It comes on the back of their work rate, and just the work rate to get the ball inside 50 like that, and the great finish from Nathan Dennis.
2 inside 50s now for North Albury. Albury had the first 2 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet in this last quarter. Really good signs there for North, being able to respond so quickly from the Albury goal early in this term.
Just Flynn Garner's getting a bit of treatment on a shoulder down here, boys, so we'll see if he can get back out there or not.
Back in the middle. Muller goes high. There's Hanrahan in there working with him, and we're going to have another ball up.
Seen that a bit today, Robbie.
Yeah, it's because there's so much pressure around the ball. The ball just hasn't got out. Muller thumps it long. Campbell, quick hands. Page, he did the same thing too. Miles will get a free kick here. No, he won't. He might have went down there, and a few of the Albury players weren't happy. Young Campbell had come in and said his bit. I'm not sure how he goes with the... It got a bit fiery there, Panda. Young Campbell, he's a little
Not
bit
very
cheeky.
well, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Winter was there contesting as ever. Now there's young Campbell. Did well. Shoveled the ball out the back somehow to Wiedemann. Got quick hands to George Goody. Look at the speed of the veteran. Kicks it to centre wing. Here's a chance for Gussie Gardner. Gathered it. Great composure. Turned Will Unthank around. Kicked it deep towards Murphy. Over the back now, quick hands towards Maxie Byrne. It came from Parnell. He's in trouble. Play on's the call. Right in front of the Hopper crowd. Unthank, inboard. Danger here. Gainer's got it. And his options, he's going to go wide. Kick's going to be good. It is.
Finds Fletcher Carroll. Beautiful kick from Gaynor. They got the overlap here. Tyner Hennessy out on the far half-forward flank. Wheels around onto the right boot, kicks a bullet inside, looking for Kelly. Well done, Wiedemann, working really hard in defence for the Hoppers. He had to get in the way there, did Jackson Wiedemann. In the end, his kicks finds touch. And we've got a boundary throw in. 40 around from Albury's goal. 37 plays 43 on our Wodonga Border Carpets fourth term scoreboard for Mac Jack Sheds. We've gone 7.5 minutes, Robbie, in the final term.
Been great, Mont, hasn't he, Wiedemann?
Yeah, he's been fantastic. He's just that guy that drops in the hole every single time, and his one-on-one work's been second to none today as well.
Yeah, great timing. Goody collected the palm down, and he's tackled by Benny Kelly, so he wasn't going anywhere there. So Hanrahan in again at Muller. Muller taps it. Beautifully read by King. Off the Goody. Goody drives it long. Parnell v. Gardner. Flynn. chipping in and helping out here. Now's a chance here. Betty Fulford with pace, with speed.
Free kick.
Free kick. It's going to come back,
Oh.
and it's going to go the way, Monty, of Maxie Byrne, I believe.
I think it's Tommy
O'Brien.
O'Brien.
I think.
Yeah.
Tommy O'Brien, is it?
Yep.
And well, it is. Tommy O'Brien at half-back, got it. And he kicks to true centre half-back, and he finds Michael Duncan. North Albury lead by 6. Panda.
Yeah, pretty poor kick across goals as well there from Michael Duncan. The Hoppers fans love it. And a boundary throw in 50 metres around from North Albury goal. They just got a little bit of momentum here in the final term for Mac Jack Sheds. 43 plays 37. And a boundary throw in. Muller getting really on top in the ruck here. Palms it down beautifully to Gaynor. Has been brought down, and a sling tackle.
Oh, God.
So we saw one paid to Archer Gardner before. And you heard Monty on the boundary for the Newmarket. Jake Gaynor with the free kick. Goes short to Jackson Kelly. How many disposals for him, please, Brad Freak?
He's coming up for his 9th for today.
And that's probably his best as well. It's a beautiful kick in the middle of the ground. Fulford did well to impact the contest and not give away a free kick. Carroll getting busy. Goes out really wide looking for Gilmore. Minogue did really well to impact the contest and goes in hard. Forces a turnover. Here's Goody for the Hoppers. Gets it. Goes inside forward 50. Finds Penny. They forced the turnover on the far side, Scott Montgomery. They ran forward, and here's Jack Penny.
Yeah, Josh Minogue, take a bow. Just that work rate to follow his man, Hamish Gilmore, out there. And then not to infringe either. Did not look at the footy, but was able to get a hand on it and just able to win the footy back for his team. And now they go inside 50 and have a shot on goal to extend their lead.
Jack Reynolds, boys, again, just impacts another contest. Great hands to George Goody.
I feel like Jack Penny has had a really good second half in this game.
He's had a good game, mate. Whole game, I reckon, Jack Penny.
Much improved player in 2024. He'll kick from 50 metres to the Botanical Gardens end. It's a high up and under. Never really gave it a chance. It's just scraped through for a minor score. And the Hoppers lead by 7. 44 plays 37. 6-8-44 the Hoppers. Albury 5-7-37 on the Wodonga Border Carpet scoreboard. Here's Brad Freak in the final term, 10 minutes gone.
Yeah, 5 inside 50s to 3 in favour of North Albury. That Botanical Gardens end's been the end all day.
Sorry, Freaky. Dangerous kick in. It was punched by the big fella, Hutchison, but it's actually going to fall away of the Tigers now. On centre wing, here's Page. Drives the ball long. Looks for Ben Kelly. Marks. 60 out from goal. Walker's deep. Kelly goes across. Looking for Kelly. Jackson Kelly marks, 45 out directly in front.
It's great ball movement by Albury there. Got it out on the far side. Jake Page involved again, being very lively as a half forward. And then Benny Kelly, great vision from the big man to find his namesake, Jackson Kelly. 40 out, straight in front. Shouldn't be too much issue here.
So Jackson Kelly, possession number 10, I think, Freaky.
It is.
45 out, high, long. It's not quite there. The depth wasn't there. Jack King did well. Handball back to Page. Snap on goal. Misses. One behind. Margin back to a neat 6 points. 6-8 North Albury. 5-8 the Tigers. We've got 11 and a half minutes for Mac Jack Sheds. It's a cracking contest, Panda.
It certainly is. Anzac Day footy here at the sports ground. Tim Broomhead with kick-in duties goes short to Caden Winter. He goes out really wide. The last little bit of grass in that back pocket finds Julian Hayes. He goes short to Goody. Goes inboard to the left leg of Jackson Wiedemann, who has to get rid of it pretty quick. Pumps it to half forward. Minogue with good body work. In fact, it's Murphy. Takes an elite body and paint mark of the day. Wants a 50-metre free kick. Josh Murphy, bit of a mongrel-looking kick towards goal. Inside 50 wasn't great, and it's through for a minor score. So the Hoppers, good transition footy. 45 plays 38 on the Wodonga Porter Carpet scoreboard. They lead by 7. Scott Montgomery for the Newey.
Yeah, just not good enough from Josh Murphy there. Had Minogue stream back to goal. Just had to give him a chance and get it in the air or have a crack at the goal himself. But yeah, just not quite good enough.
Just a bit of inexperience, that's all that is.
Yeah, just rush of blood, wasn't it?
Yeah, just from a young fella. And good grab by Matty Walker. Drives on Benny Kelly. Up he goes, takes a good grab.
No one in
he might go long. Jake Page is deep. Page should run onto it. Timmy Broomhead got a hand on it. Page gathers. Kick off the ground. Goal! They've got to get this bloke into the play more often. He's turning them around when he does. The margin's back to 1 point. Tigers 44. Hoppers 45. 13 minutes gone, final term. That's for NZ Albury. Brad Freak, what's it showing on the 40-wing stat sheets? Inside 50s particular.
Yeah, very even in this last term, 6-5 in favour of North Albury in this last term. George Goody having 4 disposals already on the 40-wing stat sheet. A couple of disposals each for Fletcher Carroll, Anthony Miles and Jackson Kelly in this last term for the Albury Tigers.
Good overlap play, Monty.
Yeah, absolutely it was. It was quick ball movement. Benny Kelly, great set of hands. And then he just got it out in front of Jake Page. It was a good effort from Broomhead to bring it to ground, but Jake Page a little bit too quick and got back to it first.
An enthralling game here on Anzac Day. You can see how much it means to both sides. 45 plays 44 and a high.
Out of zone, umpire paid it.
So Hayes will pump North Albury back into attack, kicks it into the pocket. Minogue in front of Gilmore. It's been a great battle all day. Gilmore certainly have the chocolates. Well, a free kick holding the ball. It's going to be a free kick to North Albury. They swooped on young Ty McQuaid. I'm not sure he had too much prior, but
I think you try to sidestep him, working Panda, and as soon as you do that, you're in a bit of trouble.
Alrighty, so Josh Minogue, who has hardly had a look on it all day, is going to line up from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle, right in front of the North Albury fans here, to put him in front by 7 points. Gilmore certainly had the chockies, Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, so far, mate, but it's a 4-quarter game, isn't it?
So Josh Minogue, fresh off 11 goals last week against the Raiders, leading the Doug Strang. Starts his approach. He'll kick from 45. Kick on the way. He's hooked it. It's coming back late, but not enough. Through for a minor score. The Hoppers 6-10. Haven't kicked too many from set shots today. The Tigers 6-8-44. It's a 2-point lead to North Albury. We've played 14 minutes for NZ Albury.
Yeah. 2 points in it, as Panda said. Byrne brings it in. Handball over the top to Gilmore. Under pressure by Fulford. Did well. And he didn't quite mark it. Minogue, he's been rustled around by Matty Walker. And it's going to be a ball up between halfback and centre wing. The old grandstand side of the ground. The Albury Pool side wing. Umpire Ash Broughton flings it in the air. Muller got the tap. Out the back to Elliot Powell. Can he explode into action? Trouble here. O'Brien bounced out away. Gone! He is gone. He took him on, Kevin. Today from this young gun, Archie Gardner.
Pressure for about 4 or 5.
$16 minutes. I reckon this quarter will go around about the 26 minutes at the moment. Panda?
So North Albury by 3 points. Both sets of fans on the edge of their seats. A tight contest here on Anzac Day. The closest margin in 16 years has been 37 points. A free kick and a high. And it's going to be the way of the Albury Tigers. It's going to go to their coach, Anthony Miles. His turn, please, Brad Freak.
17 for Miles today.
Is there a 50-metre free kick here? No, sorry. He goes short to Powell, who plays on straight away. Gets around Gardner on the mark. That was Flynn. Goes short. Finds John O'Male. Kicked a big goal in the third term. Goes back to Powell, who hand passes it over the top to Mail. Did he get one high from Broomhead? Umpire says no. The Tigers flick it around at half forward. They go inside forward 50. Hanrahan in front of Mullet. Falls the way of Broomhead. And he goes back calmly to Ryan Polkinghorn, who runs through the middle of the Albury Sports Ground and kicks to space. It's a poor kick. It's been turned over, and he is unthanked for the Tigers in the middle of the ground. The Hoppers by 3. We played 17 minutes. NZ Albury time clock. Final turn for Mac Jack Sheds.
Will unthanked. Smack in the centre of the ground. Dries it. 40 out from goal. Pack forms. Chest mark drop by Ramage. Kelly did well. Just a handball to Garlett. Got it under...
Dumping tackle, boys.
Tackle. Free kick will go the way of the Aubrey Tigers.
Jeez, they would have rather play on, I reckon.
And it'll be Jeffy Garlett who'll kick from right on the 50.
I reckon if Colby Hine Hennessy had known what was going on, he would have kept running with it there because he was only 35 out, but now it's gone back to
I'm not sure if he's got the journey. Jeff Garlett winds up, gives himself a bit of an arc, won't quite get there. Hart flies, ball comes to ground, Page is there, and Julian Hayes decides to run it over through the behind post for a point. 2 points the margin. 18 minutes tick over. Hoppers. That's in.
Tim Broomhead with the kick-in duties, as he has done in the whole second half. Goes long down the far side. Foster Gardner comes over the top of Ben Kelly and then tries to run out of tackle. Just gets a hand pass out. No, umpire says holding the ball. Free kick here to the Albury Tigers. Had a good last couple of minutes in this final term for Mac Jack Sheds.
They got numbers back here, the Hoppers.
It's Ty McQuaid on debut. Has to kick off a step. Sends the Tigers inside forward 50. Walker over the top, can't mark. Spills the way here of Broomhead. Tries to get through a couple of tacklers. Out the back here, Goody. Gives it to Julian Hayes, who just jams it on the boot under pressure. It's going to fall the way of Archer Gardner. Right on his own D50. Far side of the ground at half-back. Both sets of fans, as I said, on the edge of their seats. We've got a ball terror here on O&M Live, Big Mac.
Centre wing it goes. Kelly from behind. Thumps it out over the boundary line. It just gives a chance for everyone to suck a bit of air into those lungs. Set themselves up for a big grandstand finish, Monty. I reckon about 7 or 8 minutes on the clock at most.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Robbie. I think it's going to be a great finish here, and the next goal might be the most important one of the day.
It's still at centre wing. Albury clubroom side of the ground. Albury trail by 2 points, 6-11 to 6-9. Freaky, what do you got for 40 Winks?
Yeah, Albury need to get Jake Gaynor around the ball. He's only had one disposal in this last term on the 40 Winks stat sheet.
Yes, there's potentially match winners both sides here. Can they do it? Can they impact the game? Good, he's in there, being tough and hard. Oh, tough call. Free kick's going to go the way of that man. Gaynor, Panda, put him down for a stat, and he'll drive it long.
Jake Gaynor plays on straight away, kicks the Tigers inside 50, over the head of O'Hara. Ramage sweeping across half-back onto Polkinghorn. He's got a runner out wide. It's Isaac Campbell. Can take a bounce down the wing of the Albury Sports Ground. Left foot kick to half-forward. Minogue up against Gilmore. Minogue wants a free kick. Umpire says no. Foster Gardner tried to hand pass it over the top to Minogue. Boundary line wins out. 2 point lead to the Hoppers. 47 plays 45. Hello to the over 500 people tuning in on O&M Snap Print Solutions TV as we quickly go around the grounds for Mr. Stokes Poolwell.
Yeah, at half-time in Wodonga, Bulldogs up 48-20 over Wodonga Raiders.
Muller taps it, picked up by Winter. Just gone out of the game a little bit the last 20, 30 minutes. As a free kick, it's going to go away the Tigers. The Hopper fans are incensed. It's Elliot Powell's got it. They got numbers wide here. Kick's going to be good. It's okay. Finds Unthank. He'll chip it to Kelly. Kelly can go to the races. Good closing speed. Jack Reynolds, fantastic chase. Couldn't bring him down. Inside forward 50, King for North Albury. Marks in front of Heiner Hennessy. The kick didn't have the depth on it. Hoppers lead it by 2 points. They go long down to centre wing, and Jack Reynolds, cool as a cucumber. Marks kicks it back inboard.
21 minutes gone, NZ Albury time clock. The Hoppers have led the majority of the day.
Lead it by 2.
And they lead it by 2 now. Archer Gardner with a big long switch looking for his brother Flynn. Has to come over the top and impact the contest. The Tigers force the turnover. Garlett out the back. Just left the footy behind. Ramage has been brought down in a big tackle by Garlett. Garlett wins a free kick for the Tigers at half forward. Getting lots of advice from the bench. Garlett kicks inside 50. Walker! Matt Walker marks for the Albury Tigers. 25 metres out, slide angle, and can put the Tigers in front by 4 points.
How good was that, Jeffy Garlett? Great vision and great work. Great. Hart and Walker were both standing there inside 50 all by themselves. Just worked their backsides off to get forward to the footy once the free kick was blown. And again, great vision, Jeffy Garlett to find Walker.
So Matt Walker, after trailing the majority of the day, with a chance to put Albury in front. Hasn't kicked a goal yet. Kicking to the Sports, well, the ground end, he's kicked it. A massive goal from Matty Walker to the pool end, I should say. The Tigers are in front by 4 points. Big goal by Matty Walker. A big moment. Scott Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, massive. Ice cool there, wasn't he, Matty Walker? As soon as he took that mark, he went back, took a deep breath, and just went on putting this one through for you boys. And it just changes the momentum of this game pretty quickly. I thought North Albury probably had 5 minutes of probably ascendancy there, but weren't able to score. And now Albury just go back the other way and kick one pretty quickly and take the lead back.
Just a little bit of impact from the likes of Gaynor, Elliot Powell around the ball. Muller's been heroic in the ruck. This last 40 minutes, he wins another one. Good work by Winner. Got a handball to Goody. Quick hands to Jack Penny. He'll drive North Albury deep into attack. Chance for Murphy. Tapped it, one-handed, over the back. Unthank, he took him on. He knocked it out. He kicked it along the ground. There's a chance here for Reynolds with Kelly. Reynolds was good. Tackle was fantastic. And it's going to be balled up. 70 out from the North Albury Gold. They trail by 4 points. We've gone 23 minutes. 4 minutes max in it, I reckon.
What a final term for Mac Jack Sheds on O&M Live. The Tigers have kicked 3 goals. The Hoppers have kicked 1. You have to say they've probably had the ascendancy in this last term. Miles finds the boundary line. 50 around from North Albury's goal. We've played 23 minutes for NZ Albury. A massive Anzac Day clash here at the sports ground. Blake Panderescott with you, Robin McKinlay. We've got Brad Freak and Scott Montgomery. Hope you're enjoying the action. Hutchinson over the top. Winter's been wrapped up. Another stoppage. More time off the clock, Brad Sprinkles Freak for 40 winks.
Yeah, in this last term, Albury have had the 11 inside 50s to 9. They've just had a little bit more momentum in the last 5 minutes to be able to get that goal.
Ball up, 55 out from North Albury's goal. Albury lead by 4 points. Incoming is Reynolds. Outstanding kick. Just goes outweighted over the top. O'Brien for North Albury. Kicks it. Knocked out by King. Regathered by Polkinghorn. Midfield for Albury. Handball to Weeding. He's a booming left foot kick. Loads up from 80. Hits the top of the goal square. Full third flew high. Out over the back. Minor score. 1 behind. Margin now at 3 points. Albury 51. Hoppers 48. 24 and a half minutes gone. Goodness me, this is great local football.
Just a lot of yelling from the bench now. Get to Isaac. We're going long down the line from the Albury crew.
Can't be long left here on O&M Live.
I still reckon 2.5 minutes, Panda.
North Albury trailing by 3 points. 51 plays 48. It's been a wonderful Anzac Day clash. Big pack on the far side. Hutchinson not able to mark. Gainer with hands. Hand pass it forward to Heine Hennessy, who got a high free kick. Heine Hennessy on centre wing.
Walker's out.
Matt Walker is all by himself. Heine Hennessy gets up nice and slowly in front of the Albury Tigers club rooms. Kicks it to half forward. Muller has to mark. Doesn't mark. Ball falls to the ground. Julian Hayes gets it for the Hoppers. Gets a 1-2 from King. Here they go through the middle of the ground. Polkinghorn plays on. Goes short to Gus Gardner. In fact, it's Foster. He wants a 50-metre free kick.
Good decision.
And the umpire says no. Foster hand passes it to Jack King, who kicks North Albury inside forward 50. Murphy, 2 hands to it. Not able to mark. Murphy's won a free kick for a high. Murphy's won a free kick for a high.
Played for that one.
45 metres out, 45-degree angle. He hasn't had his kicking boots on today, Josh Murphy, but he can go back and put the Hoppers in front.
Wow.
I tell you what, how good was that running play from half-back? Just took off there, King, put it into the space, and when you get your head over the footy first, the umpire's going to reward you. Josh Murphy now hasn't had his kicking boots today. 1 goal, 5. This is his biggest kick of the day.
Josh Murphy, who was sent off in the second term, will kick it after the siren to win the game for North Albury.
So he can't move off his mark.
Josh Murphy can write his name into the history books for the North Albury Hoppers. Will kick from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Josh Murphy misses. An Albury win. An epic at the Albury Sports Ground. Albury 51, North Albury 49. An amazing contest on Anzac Day. An Albury win.
Oh, sensational stuff. What a finish. Both, there's going to be disappointed supporters in North Albury. I'm sure they'll cheer their team off. Albury, they just never gave it in. They kept running at it. Either side. Could have gone either way there. There was just nothing in at the end. Both sides had chances. It pinged from half-back to half-back. And in the end, it came down to a free kick to Josh Murphy. Round about 40. Probably kicked it from 45 metres out in front of the old grandstand, in front of the huge contingent of North Albury supporters. He got the journey with the kick. He just pushed it to the right. Missed, which means that Albury, through that late goal by Matty Walker, get home by 2 points in an absolute Anzac Day epic. Scott Montgomery's got on the ground. Monty, we'll go down to you. You're down on the ground side there, mate. Well, players are just cooked.
Yeah, they are. You haven't seen one that close on Anzac Day for a very long time. And both teams, especially the Albury boys, they were up and about. Once that kick left the boot, they knew straight away it wasn't going to go through. Just going to go searching for the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, boys. So just give me a second. I'll get back to you.
Scott Montgomery, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. What a game on Anzac Day. Josh Murphy, you can't put it down to that. Young kid having a shot after the siren. He'll play that one over and over again in his mind tonight, Big Mac. But he played pretty well. Did Josh Murphy.
Terrific game, you know, and it's circumstance, isn't it, the way it happens. The reality is he was good enough to win the kick. He was good enough to give himself chances right throughout. And Bobby Jackson's just joined us. Bobby's been watching it unfold from the back of the box. Mate, give us your thoughts, and goodness me.
Hey, sorry, boys, I'm just going to cut you off. Just got the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Jake Page, mate. You probably set yourself for that all week. What a performance to take their coach out of the game and the boys to get the result like that. 2 points in one of the tightest Anzac Day clashes you would have played in.
Oh, mate, to be honest, it's been an unreal build-up. Credit to North, seriously. They've made that much improvement this year, and I think it's good for the competition, and especially a day like today, it's good to have such a close game. Seriously, could have gone either way, so just happy to get the 4 points.
And your role, mate, you would have been, as I said, teed up for that all week that you're going to go to Timmy, and he might have been carrying a little bit, but you just took him straight out of the game. And personally, you've just got to be the mindset to go into that and just stick to it all day. It's something you've got to really pride yourself on.
Yeah, I think definitely didn't grow up thinking I was going to be a tagger. Thanks, Tobal. But no, that's it. Shawnee and Snip, they just instill in all us boys. We just got to play our role. Probably haven't done that the last couple of weeks. So I think that was, one thing that we all did pretty well today. I think there's a pretty even contribution across the board.
Absolutely, mate. We'll go and enjoy it. Great contest. Well done. Enjoy.
Cheers, mate.
Here we go. That's Jake Page, our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, and
he was fantastic all day, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did. He kept Timmy Broomhead out of the game, I guess you could say, just like the same job was done by Hamish Gilmore, Bobby, on Josh Minogue.
As he said, those two boys in particular played their role. Gilmore kept Minogue probably a handful of touches all day. Jake Page done a fantastic job on a prime mover in Timmy Broomhead, and actually hit the scoreboard and put some forward line pressure. In the second half, I think the score was
1-6 North Aubrey kicked.
Yeah, North kicked 1-6 in the last quarter. One hit the post.
To 4 goals, I think Aubrey kicked, maybe 5 goals in that second half. But in that last quarter particularly, players like Gaynor, Powell and Miles had important touches and important times to get the momentum going back the other way, so the players like Powell and the fellow we just mentioned there, young Page, could get involved in the game. So they experience, I think, come to the fore there towards the end of the game.
Yeah, big Isaac Muller too. I thought his influence in the game, particularly that second half. And hey, there was nothing wrong with what Hanrahan and Shanahan dished up for North Aubrey. Hutchison and Shanahan dished up, but gee whiz.
They threw everything at Big Izzy, and he just kept getting.
He was line-hearted, and he just kept winning it, and they got on board a bit with him. They worked it out pretty well, but geez, North, they didn't do much wrong. They kicked just 1 goal, 6 in that last quarter. Some tight chances, but throughout the day, in perfect conditions, low-scoring game. But the tackling and pressure was immense.
Of course, these two sides play for the McNeil Sargent Trophy, the Shield, and Stan Sargent, the legend at North Aubrey, has handed it over once again to Elliot Powell on the far side of the ground there. So Aubrey retain the Stan Sargent J. McNeil Shield, as they have done for about 16 or 17 years. And their winning ways over North Aubrey continue. What a finish. Josh Murphy, if you've just joined us, had a shot after the siren to win the game for North Aubrey from a free kick, 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and it faded to the right, and Aubrey won. An outstanding game of football in the SS&A Ovens and Murray.
Just a great contest, Panda. Bobby, you see it. Sometimes we look for the sexy, high-scoring game, but what we saw here today was just plenty of pressure, tackling. The tackling was next level. You just don't see that, very often in this sort of football. And, that created a few mistakes, but God, I'll tell you what, you'd watch that any day of the week.
It was high energy, high intensity. The tackle pressure was enormous. If we had the pressure meter, it would have been through the roof all day. There's no backing off at all from either side all day. In North Aubrey, they'll learn plenty about that game in particular, because in the Wangaratta Magpies game, where they actually got on the other side of the ledger in a similar type game, so they'll take plenty out of this from a point of view that they're mixing it with the big boys, and their game stands up. So they've only probably got to tinker with a little. They're probably avenues to goal in that game, and they're right in it. They're right in it for sure. They've got plenty of energy, plenty of young fellas. Those Gardner boys, absolutely fantastic.
We'll follow Scott Montgomery into the Albury Tigers club rooms, where they'll sing this song loud and proud. Hopefully our wireless microphone reaches on the far side of the ground here at the Albury Sports Ground. If you just joined us, it was a ripping contest here on O&M Live, where Albury have walked away winners by 2 points, 51-49 over the North Albury Hoppers. Some game. Josh Murphy with a kick after the siren to win it for North Albury. He missed it, the young fella. You feel for him a little bit. And Albury are going to sing this one loud and proud. I think Scott Montgomery's in there, is he?
There's a lot filing in. Yeah, he was trailing them in, Panda. Yeah, the mic's in there.
The mic's in there. We'll try and capture it at the sports ground. Here they go.
There's Monty's in there. Here we go.
Albury 2-point winners over the North Albury Hoppers on a massive Anzac Day clash here at the Albury Sports Ground. We hope you've enjoyed the action here on 1494 2AY and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. A big post-game show for the Clubhouse Bar and Bistro on the other side of this. Stay with us. Plenty to come. We'll take you to the last quarter of the Essendon Collingwood game as well. A big Anzac Day here on O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.